Tapos hataw, hiyang parang lindol. Pastor Peter ni Idol. Solid ang laban, malupit ang galawan. Solid ang fans, malakas ang hiyawan. Ang action ay walang hinto. Sa solid na laro. Solid ang laban, malupit ang galawan. Solid ang fans, malakas ang hiyawan. Ang action ay walang hinto. Sa solid na laro.
PBA roads leading to the Mall of Asia Arena sa araw na ito. Doubleheader na naman ang aming ihahatid. Ayan na yung crowd entering earlier into the venue to witness two final games ng ating Commissioner's Cup elimination round. We're gonna wrap it up today, determine what's gonna be 1 to 8 yung standings natin. And the first game on the menu today is Meralco versus Magnolia. You see CJ and Marvin together with Champ on the other side. Pati na rin si Star Barox. Star Baroc always playing hard para sa kanyang kupunan. Scrambling for position lahat ng kupunan at this point of the elimination round. We're gonna give that to you. I'm Charlie Cuna. This is the Dean Quinito Henson. Dean, una-una, Happy Mother's Day po sa lahat ng mga nanay na nanonood.
Definitely Happy Mother's Day sa lahat ng mga mothers. My dear departed mother, I'll always remember her for giving her all to all our children. Maraming salamat, Mami.
That's right. So we talk about the matchup. You look at where Meralco and Magnolia are in the standings right now. You see Meralco up there. Nasa 1, 2, 3, 4 green area sila din. Nasa good position sila. Magnolia, nasa may kalakitaan.
Well, yung Meralco, garantisado na sila. They will have a twice-to-beat advantage the first round of our playoffs sa quarterfinals. They are in the green zone. At yung Magnolia naman, garantisado, they will be among the 5 to 8 teams, and they will be having a twice-to-win disadvantage. However, the outcome of this game plus the outcome of the next game will determine kung anong mga placing sila, because Meralco can go all the way to number 2, can drop to number 4, at yung Magnolia can go up to number 5, can drop to number 8.
That's right. We'll determine all of that when all of this is said and done. Let's talk about Meralco's last ball game. A walk in the park din para sa kanila. Walang import ang kalaban. Eliminated na rin yung kalaban nila, yung Terra Firma Jeep. So Meralco practically, went through the motions to get this blowout victory.
Well, that's a 44-point victory by Meralco. At in the assist department, doon natin nakikita yung malaking disparity. 9 assists only for Terra Firma, while Meralco one short of 30 points in the paint. Alaki ng kalamangan. They were plus 26 in that department. Ganun din sa bench points. However, the things that I'm sure the Meralco coaching staff will want to address in this game is, number 1, they had less offensive rebounds to Terra Firma, 14 to 17. And they also had or gave up more free throws to Terra Firma than the free throws that they took. They gave up 21 free throws to Terra Firma. They only took 17. So those two departments will certainly be topmost in the minds of Meralco coach Nenad Vucinic at saka si Luigi Trillo.
You're looking at the import of Meralco, si Marvin Jones. If you look at the numbers against the Jeep, of course, hindi masyado maganda overall dahil sandali lang siya naglaro. Natampakan nila agad yung kalaban. So, siyempre, pinagpahinga na muna ng mga coaches si Marvin Jones.
Well, Marvin Jones has been their input from the start, averaging 23.2 points a game and 11.6 rebounds. Itong ang kanyang average from the first 10 games and what he did in the last game against Terra Firma. But mind you, this guy is a surefire winner. And you also check out the number of minutes that he played in that last contest. 2025, he actually played for the Bilbao team of the Spanish League to win the FIBA Europe Cup Championship. So this guy is a proven winner, and he comes here with that kind of credential.
This guy's a winner as well. CJ Cancino won it in college. He's playing really good basketball here with Meralco. Pag sila niya nanalo, may chance siya palagi maging best player of the game. And his numbers also very modest kontra sa Jeep, Dean.
Well, also the number of minutes that he played. So yung kanyang 14 points against Terra Firma matched the total ni Marvin Jones in that same game. But for the conference, he happens to be the leading local scorer ng Meralco. So he has now outdistanced Chris Newsom. He has scored a lot more points than Cliff Hodge, Banquero, so on down the line. This guy is the top local scorer ng Meralco. For the conference, he's averaging 16.6 points, 4.5 rebounds.
And then, of course, the heart and soul ng Meralco Bolts. He leads the charge para sa kanila. He's been there his entire career. Chris Newsom, can't really say too much or enough about Chris Newsom, Dean, what he means to the club of Coach Nenad and Coach Luigi.
Well, Newsom gives a lot of leadership, a lot of vision sa Meralco, but he's just a superb all-around player. You look at his averages, 14.4 points. Again, this conference, 2.7 rebounds and 3.1 assists. So this guy is a do-it-all kind of performer. Plus, when you need a clutch basket, you know you can rely on you.
That's right. There are veterans on this squad that they can really rely on. There's also veterans on the court side. So let's go over to Apple David. She knows what she's talking about.
For Coach Luigi Trillo, yung laban nila kontra Terra Firma is not a real gauge of how good they are. The last thing they want is a false sense of security going to the playoffs. Para sa kanila, today is a must-win game for them, hoping that both teams play at a high level. Dagdag pa ni Coach Luigi, he expects them to continue to play with consistency, try not to lose a quarter, and having the ability to weather some runs and recover in game. Charlie and the Dean.
Thanks a lot, Apple. And well, you know, Meralco really looking to go out on a winning note. May 2-game winning streak sila. 3-game rather. Want to make it 4 in a row before entering the challenges of the playoffs. Magnolia has a 2-game streak going on, and this was their game against Magnolia. What a performance mula sa kanila sa game na yon, outplaying Bol and the rest of the Tropang 5G.
That's right. That was plus 12 points for them. That was a winning margin of Magnolia over TNT. At yung kanilang rebounding advantage, yung kanilang assists advantage, and that was big. That was 30 assists to only 13 for TNT. Pati yung perimeter points sila. However, you know, fast break is not part of their what they do best, and they lost in a fast break war in that game, 11-5, and you know, they also had more turnovers against TNT. So, you know, looking at the previous game, you always want to take a look at where they need to be better. And it looks like in the turnover department, in the fast break department, and in the paint department, they need to be better, especially if they're going up against Meralco.
Well, you know, Clint Champan came in as a replacement import. He came in and has played very well, but his best game, he saved it against Bol and TNT. Ang ganda ng performance na doon.
42 points for Chapman, and ang record ng Magnolia with Chapman in harness 6-2. He's a super efficient import, and he gives you a lot of efficiency all over the court. Ito ang ginawa niya against TNT, 17 out of 28 from the field. He had 14 rebounds and, as we mentioned, a career high 42 points. Actually, his career high overall, I mean, from all the countries that he's played in is 44, so he was too short of equaling his best. But this guy is shooting 44% from 3, 54% from 2, and 80% from the free throw line. So yung efficiency level ni Chapman, napakataas.
That's right, and he needs to be efficient today against Marvin Jones, who's also a very steady import on the Meralco side. Mark Baroca, speaking of steady, just a grizzled veteran sa panig ng Magnolia Hotshots din, and he really showed up against TNT as well to help them get that victory.
Conference high 15 points para kay Baroca. And yes, he has started for Magnolia. That's his new role under Coach L.A. Tenorio. Dati he was coming off the bench. But this is what he did against TNT. And that is also what he did in the first 10 games of this conference. But overall, sa ating conference, he's averaging 7.1 points, 4 rebounds, and 6 assists. So he's leading the way in terms of playmaking and facilitating, getting his teammates involved in both ends of the floor.
Talk about the backcourt of Baroca. Now you talk about the front court. Zave Lucero, the great young talent para kay Coach L.A. Tenorio, can do it all, plays both sides of the floor, and had another nice performance sa kanilang huling laro.
Leading local scorer ng Magnolia, si Lucero, I think is a perfect complement to Chapman. Chapman likes to play outside. He's very efficient, either playing outside or inside. And Lucero can freelance. He can play the stretch 4. He can also play the 5 if Chapman plays the outside game. But Lucero has certainly been delivering a lot of solid numbers, averaging 16.5 points, 8.6 rebounds, 2.6 assists. You can't ask anything more from Zave Lucero.
Now for some more info on Magnolia, si Apple David muli.
Para naman kay Coach L.A. Tenorio, they're not at a level where they can relax and choose who they want to play. Hindi lang dahil sa current ranking nila, they're simply not there yet, being a fairly new team together. Now, going to the playoffs, hindi lang momentum ang gusto nila, but that feel-good feeling and confidence na the teams they're beating yung mga nasa taas nila. The challenge continues for Magnolia to keep overcoming the current contenders of the conference. Now let's get to know our starters.
Mother's Day. Welcome to the PBA Commissioner's Cup. This is our first game, and it's time to meet the starters for both teams. First from your Meralco Bolts. Starting at guard from Pangasinan, number 5, Jason Brickman. Also at guard from Valenzuela City, number 71, CJ Cancino. At center is the Bolts import, number 3, Marvin Jones. And forward is the Defensive Player of the Year in the PBA's 48th season from Cavite, number 7, Cliff Hodge. And also at forward is the Finals MVP when the Bolts won their first ever title in the Philippine Cup. From Ilocos Norte, number 11, Awesome Chris Newsom. Head coach of the Bolts is Luigi Trillo. And now, let's meet the starters for your Magnolia Chicken Timplados Hotshots. At guard, the 2026 PBA All-Star Rookie and Sophomore MVP, wearing jersey number 30, Jerome Lastimosa. At forward, the second-generation PBA player and member of the 2018 All-Defensive Team, wearing jersey number 19, Rome De La Rosa. At guard is the two-time Finals MVP and playing his 642nd consecutive game, the Coffee Prince, number 14, Mark Barroca. At forward, a member of the 2026 PBA All-Star North Champion Team, wearing jersey number 22, the Xavier Lucero. And at center, bringing size, experience, and strength, wearing jersey number 12, Clint Chapman. Head coach of Magnolia is L.A. Tenorio. Game officials are Ronald Gruta, Jerry Narandan,
Yan ang opisyalis natin. Romel Gruta on the left. He's the crew chief. Jerry Narandan by his side. Kenny Halig and Ovet Arlegui. These are the starters for coaches Nenad and Luigi on the left. For Meralco, Magnolia naman for L.A. Tenorio on the right side. They're gonna jump it up the imports. Nakaputi ang Magnolia. Nakaitim naman ang Meralco. Chapman and Jones. And the dark shirts get possession number 1.
No surprises, starting lineup for both teams. That's the standard starters that they've been using. And by the way, first 3 games ng Magnolia, talo sila. And those 3 games, Mark Barroca came off the bench. But when Mark Barroca started to get into the first 5 ni Coach L.A. Tenorio, they've raced off to a 6-2 record along with Clint Chapman.
So the vets have really done wonders for Magnolia. Barroca and Chapman. Lastimosa goes over to Mark. Clint sets the screen. Barroca open from 3. Good line, but a bit too strong. Brickman tracks it down, pushes it ahead to Newsom. Newsom left it for Jason. Cancino to Marvin Jones, who missed his first attempt earlier. Spins, and that basket is good.
Easy 2 points for Marvin Jones. A little bit of a tempo played there by Meralco. You know that Magnolia likes to slow it down. Ito makikita natin si Jerome Lastimosa. He's taking his time, crossing that timeline. They want to play the deliberate half-court set. That's the way they play the game. Oh, what a block coming from Marvin.
Inabutan si Jerome ni Marvin Jones. Brickman inside to Hodge, who finds Marvin Jones. Bukas na bukas, he'll drive the lane. Tried to drop it off, tipped away. White shirts now attacking patungo sa kabila. De La Rosa spins in the lane, goes to Barroca, to the trailer Lastimosa. He's open from 3-point country. He can't put it in. Xavier Lucero battling with Jones. Ball's on the floor. Rome De La Rosa picks it up. Fresh possession for Magnolia. Down to Chapman. He's got the height advantage over Cliff. Spins. Goes glass, but off angle. Nakuha na ni Cancino yan.
Well, tough defense. A big challenge there for Cliff Hodge because siya ang dumedepensa ngayon kay Chapman. But that time, Chapman going to the post. And that's where he liked to be against someone who's much smaller like Cliff Hodge.
Brickman drives, gets the contact, can't put it in. But Cancino recovers, goes to Newsom, steps into a 3. That's good!
Assist coming from Cancino. The extra pass. Unselfish playing there by Meralco getting that second opportunity.
5-zip ang ating score. Di pa nakakasok ng basket ng Magnolia. Barroca looking for some movement from his guys. Lastimosa trying to go to Zabe. Napunta na kay Lucero. Knock to Jerome, who draws himself into the paint. Misses the short J, gets it right back. Punta kay Baroka, cross court to Zaid, bukas sa tres. De La Rosa, offensive rebound, but can't put it back in.
Second offensive rebound for Ron De La Rosa, very active.
Moving that ball around the top of the arc. Lumapit na si Newsom, back out to Jones. His second three-point attempt, ayaw pa rin. Easy rebound, tipped over to Lastimosa.
Right now, Magnolia is controlling the tempo. They're forcing Magnolia, or rather Meralco, to also play the half-court set.
Ang sikip sa loob ng painted area para sa white shirts. You know, Meralco's clogging that lane.
Import versus import. Let's see what Chapman does. There's that fadeaway jumper that didn't hit the mark.
Yeah, we saw him making that against PNT, but today he misses his first attempt. Brickman underneath the Hodge. He goes up. He's stuffed by Clint.
Tough defense by Chapman. It's been a very defensive type of game so far.
So
And
each
you're gonna
import
expect
has a
that.
block. Each import nakasubal
Right,
pala.
yeah. And you're going to expect because both these teams are tough on defense. Number one, ang Magnolia in defense. Number two naman ang Meralco. That's an outside shot coming from Chapman. That's a two-pointer, a long one.
Gets finally the first 2 points ng Magnolia.
Kita natin. See, Jones is playing the outside. Chapman is underneath the basket playing tough the interior defense.
Chapman claiming that he didn't touch it. There's that block earlier. It's going to be a baseline in from Meralco right now. There's the bucket from Clint. Cancino leans in, too strong off the glass. White shirts get it, a chance to cut the lead down or maybe tie the game. Baroka in the paint, bouncing to Chapman, gets the contact. Can't put it in, but the undercut from Newsom results in a foul. 2 free throws para kay Clint Chapman.
Two-man game being played there by Baroka at saka si Chapman. Chapman acknowledging that pass from Baroka.
And while the free throws are there, let's check out the Dean's List para sa Magnolia.
Well, for Magnolia, it's important that they apply the backcourt pressure. Now, Meralco has the least turnovers in this conference, but Magnolia has to change that narrative. Secondly, they need to control the boards. Magnolia's last place in second chance points, number 12 in rebounding. They have to be better in that department. And finally, they need to dictate the tempo. Can't play the fast game. And Magnolia needs to be able to set the stage for their deliberate half-court set.
So those are the points to winning para sa Magnolia. You caught a glimpse of a lady after that free throw. That's the mother of Clint Chapman, Ginny Chapman, who's in town. Second game na niyang pinanunod ang kanyang anak dito. Very proud siya, siyempre. And so happy to be spending Mother's Day with her son here in the Philippines.
And Charlie Chapman with another block.
And then inside the paint, unable to get the bucket, but back to the line, si Clint Chapman. So he knows where to go. Goes to a space, and then a guy like Zabe Lucero finds him.
And all about the experience of a veteran. And he was saying that this is the 14th country that he has played in. Remember, this guy played 4 years in Japan, 3 years in Germany, 2 years in Switzerland. So he's been all over the world. Plus, he's also a championship player. He played in the finals in Switzerland, in Japan, in Germany, and in Qatar, where he won a championship. Also with the NCAA, playing for the University of Texas. He went to the NCAA Elite 8 back in 2008.
All right, Apple, you have something for us?
Yes, it's the first time Mommy Jeannie Chapman gets to watch Clint play on Mother's Day. And so I asked her, what is Clint like off the court? She said, he's a quiet guy. He loves to cook. He loves to barbecue. Nagdi-DJ din daw ito. And as a kid, he's not afraid of anything. He's always that type who gets hurt, gets stitches, in crutches. But the best thing she likes about Clint is how he takes care of her. Balik sa inyo.
Oh, diba? Mother's love. Siyempre. That's always mutual. Here's a steal from Meralco in the paint. Hodge able to finish. It wasn't pretty, but Hodge got the basket.
Well, you notice, Charlie, that Magnolia, after getting that stop, tried to run the floor. And then there was that steal by Meralco. Hindi style yan ng Magnolia na nagtatakbo sila. So they paid the price that time. They need to be able to just slow it down. Play the kind of game that they want.
Laftimova tipped away by Brickman. Possession still alive. Hindi na. Yun.
Hinabol yun in Newsom.
Pero no change of possession. 1.9 seconds na lang natitira sa shot clock ng Magnolia din. They need to go quickly once this inbound comes in. Kailangan tumira na agad.
Catch and shoot. clearly. At sino makakakuha ng bola dito?
Rome got some rim. Nice attempt there from him. But just couldn't put it in. Lamang ng isang Meralco rito, almost halfway through the first period. Cancino making his move, bouncing to Jones. Bobbled momentarily. You know, I'm looking at Chapman. He's a legit 6'10". And Marvin Jones is listed at 7 feet, but it
That's
seems
right.
like Chapman is taller than Jones. So, exaggerated listing siguro yung kay Jones na yan. They go to save. He alley-oops it into the basket, and he felt he was hit as well, looking for a foul.
Perfect execution that time, and Mark Barroca is making his presence felt here as the key facilitator ng Magnolia, making the perfect passes for the easy shots.
Lead back in Magnolia's favor. Jones fakes the three, drives it in the paint. Hook shot is up, cannot fall. Here come the white shirts to try to extend the 1-point lead.
Yun ang value ni-
Lastimosa to Chapman.
Oh, he's gonna score. Hindi
Oh,
lang.
no.
He had a
It
good,
popped out.
he had a good attempt there inside the shaded area.
Cliff Hodge, slow to get up. He's coming into the frame right now. Then they lose the ball. Buti na lang, naiwan si Hodge. May depensa pa doon.
Ito, hindi sila nagmamadali. Making the extra pass. Here's the shot. Hindi din pumasok. Tough defense being played by both these teams.
That's right. Getting geared for the playoff, Dean. Brickman inside to Hodge. And a nice reverse using the glass. Mula kay Clifford.
Also a perfect execution of the play. Now, I was mentioning kanina about Lucero, and he's just a perfect complement for Chapman because he can play, you know, the opposing import. He's an import defender. Here we go with Meralco getting an open shot.
I was about to say, naiiwan si Cancino bukas na bukas mula sa tres. Hindi pwede yun. CJ will make you pay. Puts in the three. Lead is up to 4, 12 to 8 with 4 minutes and 37 remaining in quarter one. Let's check this out. That pass underneath, and Hodge knew how to finish it. Tapos na follow up pa with a three all day long for Cancino to set and shoot and hit the bucket. Timeout brought to us by Solera Online. Play the game your way on Solera Online Sportsbook.
To be hard on the ball all the time against this team.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang na.
Ngayon din, puntahan naman natin ang Dean's List para sa Meralco Bolts.
Well, for Meralco, unang-una, they need to foul discriminately. That's because Meralco happens to be #1 in the most free throws given up at 30.6, while Magnolia naman is #1 in free throw percentage of 80. They need to pound it inside. Also, the big man's challenge, because kung sino man ang tatao kay Chapman, that's going to be a big challenge. It could be Hodge, it could be Bates, it could be the opposing import.
Ian Sangalang was begging for that ball. He got it, but missed the attempt. Meralco looking to build on this 4-point lead coming off that timeout. Bong Quinto has checked into the game. Bounces it underneath. Mocon back out to Quinto. Quinto to Black. Daming nagpalit na tao, but Cancino still there, missing this three-pointer. Sangalang gets that rebound. Here come the white shirts playing catch-up.
Interesting that Chapman is sitting down at this stage. At si Jones nasa loob pa. So now you see Lucero playing the center position.
Barroca wanted to pass, then drove. Pagkat ni Lucero, wala na siya dun sa pwesto. That pass was behind him. So that's a turnover on Magnolia.
Now I mentioned Lucero playing the center position. Ian Sangalang is also in the fray. So magpapalit-palitan sila, no? Whoever's going to play 5 or 4 depending on the matchups.
Well, you know, Sangalang loves it inside that painted area, especially on offense. Right now, he's guarding Brandon Bates, who draws him out of the paint.
And now both teams playing without their import. Black.
I was about to say, be careful. He's going to suddenly hoist it up with his right hand. That's exactly what he did, but that's a miss from Aaron. Paul Lee nag-check-in na rin sa panig ng Magnolia Hotshots. Pedro Alfaro, Peter Alfaro is there too.
A lot of second-unit players on the floor. Paul Lee is going to go to the line. Now remember, he is 24 out of 24 from the stripe this conference. Paksak dun si Paul Lee, slowly to get up. And we mentioned earlier about Magnolia's free throw ability. They lead the league in free throw percentage. They've got 5 players, Charlie, who are hitting at least 80% from the line. Headed by this man, Paul Lee, 24 out of 24. Will he miss tonight? He missed! He missed!
Wala akong sinabi doon, ha? Sa mga Paul Lee fans, si Dean yung umirit doon, hindi ako.
That's his first miss the entire conference.
Now, there you go. Free throw ladder. That's what Dean was talking about.
Yeah.
80.5 as a team, the best in the league. But that's the first miss for Paul Lee in the entire conference.
And Meralco, by the way, is number 5. And Paul Lee pointing his finger at us saying, nasabi mo,
Oo.
nabati mo. And he
Dalawa
missed
pa.
2. He missed 2.
Hindi lang isa.
Unbelievable. 24 out of 24. That streak has been broken.
Twice over.
Yeah,
Nagkamali
twice
pa.
over. That's a team that's shooting 80.5% from the free throw line.
Short stab from Banquero does not hit the mark.
But knowing Paul Lee, babawi yan.
Yung
In many
maganda
other
ron,
ways.
yung maganda ron sa pinakita natin, yung Macau pala, the guest team which is now eliminated from contention, was the second best free throw
That's
shooting
right.
team in the league.
Here we go.
Peter, nako, he's in a bind. 4 to shoot. What's Paul Lee gonna do? He's against Banquero. He'll
Gotta
take
put
the
it
J. Got a bit of rim, but could not put it in. So, hirap na hirap sa opensa. Actually, both teams, there's been a long stretch. It's been a 12 to 8.
Well, we did say both these teams are the top 2 teams in defense sa liga natin. They're showing why.
Too strong on the three-pointer was Mocon. Paul Lee to Sangalang. Couple of fakes. Puts it up off the glass. No go. Save. Saves the day.
Yan ang version ng Magnolia of the Twin Towers. They've got Sangalang and Lucero playing together.
And of course, si Zave naman can really get up there. Offensive rebound and a putback. There he is grabbing the defensive rebound that time off the miss.
And what a luxury for Magnolia. The Chapman is sitting down. Ganun din si Jones for Meralco. Nandito mo dito, si Paul Lee.
Gets it right back. The swing to Zave. Now at the corner. Alfaro couldn't shoot. Lucero trying to turn. Off the glass, gets it to go, and a chance for a three-point play. Xavier Lucero.
What patience sa half court ng Magnolia. Umiikot yung bola. Nobody was posting up. But Lucero driving the baseline. Getting the opportunity. Makita natin kung anong ginawa niya dito. That's a twirl move. Banking it home. Xavier Lucero.
Watch it from this angle. Foul from Aaron Black. Basket's good off the glass. Timeout brought to us by Soler Online. Play the game your way on Soler Online Sportsbook.
It's gonna be a lot of work against Meralco. They've been really playing really well, no? Defensively. Yung chemistry nila, ibang klase rin yung chemistry nila, and they're very well coached. So, but again, we'll be ready. We'll be ready. Definitely we'll be ready. Especially that's the last game of the elimination, going to the playoffs. We have to have a momentum going into that playoffs game.
Hoping to win today, LA Tenorio. They just took over the lead on the bonus free throw ni Xavier Lucero. Just a minute and 24 to go in the first quarter.
And Johnny, what a low-scoring ball game. 12 points for Meralco, 13 for Magnolia. And you know that Magnolia likes it low-scoring because that's how they win games, with their defense.
Looked like a travel from Bong Quinto. No whistle.
Paubos na ang oras dito. That
2
ball is
seconds
still
to go.
moving
Yeah.
around.
Black. Hoist it up.
Oh,
Exacto.
what a shot.
Sakto.
What a shot! Ang ganda pa naman ng depensa ng Magnolia, but Black found a way to penetrate.
23 seconds of great defense. But the last second, nakalusot si Aaron Black.
You know, for me, I think that's a perfect way to attack that tough defense ng Meralco. You don't settle. You try to penetrate, you slash, try to create contact or make a shot.
Oh, look at that. That's a great shot. He had to manufacture that because Bates was standing straight in front of him. So Sangga lang iniwasan ang tangkad ni Bates.
Both coaches still going with our local lineups here. Paubos na ang oras dito sa ating first quarter. Neither team is going to score even 20 points in this one.
That's right. There's an 11-second difference between the clocks. Just about. As Black will drive again. Right hand hook, no go. Rafi Verano checks the clock. He's got lots of time. He retreats. Naghahanap ng pwedeng bigyan. And si Paulie is the designated guy. Back to Rafi for three!
Oh, he made it.
And Verano,
What a shot.
he's done that time again in
Oh,
his
yeah.
career, even back to the college days. So, not surprised that that went in, actually. Kind of expected it.
Gotta give it to Paul Lee. Siya nagbigay ng bola dito. And then Rafi Verano knew exactly what to do with the ball and the time running out. Ang ganda naman ng pasa galing kay Paul Lee. He has redeemed himself kanina. 2 free throws missed. Oh, what a perfect assist to end the quarter. Rafi Verano with a three-pointer.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang na.
Both teams win. Magnolia, they win with defense in their 6 wins. They held their opponents to only 94.3 points, but in their 5 losses, tumaas 98.4. Ang Meralco naman, while it is a good defensive team, they've been winning with offense. In their 8 wins so far, they've averaged 109.8 points, but in their 3 losses, down to 98.3 points. That's about a 10-point difference for Meralco if they don't get their offensive act together. However, nabanggit na natin kanina, Meralco is also a top defensive team. Number 2 sila sa depensa sa liga natin. So, I think that's the reason why we're having a low-scoring ball game. Team that is able to go off on a streak and establish its game will have a big advantage. And if Meralco is able to get a running attack going, and if they start hitting their stride offensively, they'll have the advantage. But if Magnolia is able to keep the scores low and set the pace for this game, sila naman ang magkakaroon ng advantage. That's why it's a very interesting match.
And they have the first possession of the second quarter. Chance to build on the lead already. And there is Ian Sangalang.
Again, the pass coming from Paul Lee from the outside to the inside on a pick and roll.
Still one of the best inside operators, si Ian Sangalang.
Yes.
Kahit malalaki ang kalaban sa kanya, no, he's able to still get those shots off.
And he works so well off the 2-man game.
Quinto for 4. That is short. Foul on the loose ball play. Paul Lee is the guilty party. Panguna lang niya yan. So 14 fresh shot clock para dito sa Meralco Bolts. Banquero may tangan ng bola. Alfaro sticking to him. They go to Black, who'll drive. That was partially blocked by Sangalang. Bates on the putback, and he's fouled. And he's going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Oh, he's on one knee. Okay ba siya?
Well, Bates had a situation where he missed several games. He missed a total of 4 games, and then he was activated out of sick bay. But now, Bates, let's see what he does from the free throw line. He's worked on that, and there was a time when he was shooting only 50% from the free throw line. Ito ang ginagawa niya, no? O yung ginawa niya against Terra Firma. Yung double-double para sa kanya. And this conference, Bates actually isn't doing badly from the free throw line. He's shooting 80% from the free throw line before this game.
He split his free throw there, but even the second one looked good. So as you said, it does really look like he's been working on it.
That's
But that is a 4-pointer mula kay Paul Lee, the first of the ball game, and he's one of the best at doing that.
Well, Paul Lee, I mean, he missed those 2 free throws after making 24 in a row. But he's saying that, okay, I might miss from the 15-foot line. I'm not going to miss from the 4-point line.
That's an offensive foul, though, called against Brandon Bates. Mukhang nang tamaan siya sa may mata. Is that a bruise? Was that there already, or is it just from today's game? Because he did get on one knee in that last play. Must have felt a bump. And now he's getting subbed out. Wonder if Brandon Bates is okay. Oh, he's heading straight into the locker room. 16-3 run for the Magnolia Hotshots. So since pumasok sa locker room si Bates, malamang makikibalita dyan si Apple. As Lee takes a 3. That's a 4 and a 3 in a row para kay Paul Lee, finding the range here.
This is redemption time para sa kanya.
That lead is now 12 big points. Quinto wants 3 back. That's way off target. Tulakan sa rebound.
You know, it's interesting that even at this stage, Charlie, hindi pa binabalik yung mga imports.
Yeah. Pinababayaan ng mga coaches. Sige. But you know, for Meralco, they're down already. Pretty big here. Here's that 3-pointer from Paulie, just coming off that screen and then taking the shot. That's brought to us by Arena Plus Sportsbook. Watch it. And another miss from 3. Oh, mintis in a row.
Now, it's also possible that these teams are resting their imports in preparation for the coming playoffs. But at the same time, there is a bearing on the outcome of this game. So it's not as though it's a no-bearing game, but here's a glass shot coming from Andrada. What a blitz coming from Magnolia.
Yeah.
And the Meralco Bolts are reeling.
Matindi, what a run from the Hotshots. That's why the lead is now up to 14. Timeout brought to us by Soler Online. Play the game your way on Soler Online Sportsbook.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang na.
Coach L.A. Tenorio applauded the Hotshots sa disiplina sa depensa ang pinakita nila nung first quarter. Not only did they limit Meralco to just 14 points, they committed 0 fouls as well. So there is just the reminder to keep that discipline and pinaalalahanan lang din sila sa tendencies ng shooters ng Meralco. On the side of the Bolts naman, they were called out sa mga defensive lapses nila. Kailangan daw they stick to their schemes, and on offense, they're missing on their shots. They're getting good looks, but they're missing. So keep that ball moving and just keep trying. Dean and Charlie.
Alam mo yung report ni Apple tungkol sa Meralco, it's actually ongoing. No? They can't hit their shots. They're not defending properly. Kaya tinan mo naman yung lamang. 29-15 na in favor of Magnolia. And Magnolia have no intention of slowing down, Dean. They're gonna keep pushing this as long as they can.
I think so. Malaking problema sa Meralco is that, number one, Almazan is not able to play. because of that meniscus problem in his knee. Although he should be ready for the playoffs, I understand from Apple. But number 2, Bates is now in the locker room, and we don't know what his condition is.
Yeah.
Those are 2 big guys who may be out of commission for this game.
Well, si Toto Jose is not also in action.
That's right,
Isa pa yan.
yeah. Kyle Pascual is trying to hold the fort now in the middle position.
Alfaro with 7 to shoot. He'll drive. Floater won't go. An offensive foul pa. Si Alfaro knocking down Bong Quinto. So the nice thing about this, you guys come off the bench for Magnolia. Rafi Verano hits a big 3 to end that first quarter. And then Yukian Andrada comes in, jumper off the glass right away. And then in between that were a 4 and a 3 from Paul Lee. So that really helps you when you're hitting all these outside shots to get
And I
a lead.
remember after a recent victory by Magnolia where a lot of the reserves made big contributions, LA Tenorio was saying that he's grooming his bench for the playoffs. And he's giving them a lot more exposure so that they can be ready come playoff time.
Oh, the shot off the glass for Mocon just a bit too strong. So still futile on offense ang Meralco. Can't buy a basket at this point as Gomez Del Llano passes over to Sangalang, who has shown the ability to hit threes. Verano always had that ability. Second 3 of the game para kay Rafi.
And the question mark is, how does Meralco give up that shot?
Bukas na
Rafi
bukas.
Verano was wide open. At kanina, si Paul Lee also wide open for the 4 and the 3. So that perimeter defense of Meralco is not making its presence felt in this game so far.
Another missed outside shot from Meralco. They've missed all their threes in the past maybe 10 sequences that they've taken.
And no sign for Marvin Jones to check back in. And neither Chapman.
Verano fakes. Now he drives in a bit closer. Turnaround jumper for him. Just a bit short. Rebound taken by the dark shirts. Mocon will bring it across. Passes it over to Black. There's no inside attack para sa Meralco. It's all perimeter right now. Look at them dribbling atop the 3-point line.
And that's because there's nobody there who can post up. Kyle Pascual is there, but he's not an offensive option.
Huli. Quick hands. Sangalang able to save it. So the white shirts gain the possession once more.
They're forcing turnovers. That's exactly part of the game plan of Coach L.A. Tenorio. Pressure, pressure, pressure. Force those turnovers. Meralco leads the league in least turnovers, but now they're not able to play the usual game.
This guy loves the glass.
Yeah, with a shot. Nice turnaround off the glass.
4 points na para kay Yukian from the left side earlier, then now from the right side, using that window. And that's a 19-point spread in favor of Magnolia. We were just saying low-scoring ball game, it's Magnolia. But Magnolia, if they can barrage you with points, that's what they're doing right now.
Well, it's a spurt. And here's Meralco with another opportunity. Paubos na ang oras nila sa shot clock.
Ang sikip para kay Mocon, inangat, no go.
That's a
Offensive
wild
rebound,
shot.
di niya kinaya. Eto na, si Javi patungo kabila.
Yung depensa ng Magnolia has been unforgiving.
Nice cross. Gets into the paint, jumper up and in for Javi GDL.
Right now, there's nothing that Magnolia is doing that Meralco can stop, both on defense and offense.
Rafi telling the referee, referee Gruta, no, he slipped. Sabi niya, no, I didn't foul him. Nadapa lang daw si Mocon.
Now Marvin Jones is checking back in. But for Magnolia, hindi pa pinapasok ni Coach LA uli si Chapman. Instead, they're going with Shavana Laput's brother James.
Ganun na ba ngayon? Ganun na ba ngayon yung designation ni James? Dahil matindi nilalaro ni Shavana, di ba?
Well, finals MVP ng recently concluded UAAP Women's Volleyball Championships.
Come on, James, you gotta step it up. You're now just the sister of Shavana. So there's Jones with a jumper and much needed points mula kay Marvin Jones. So buti na lang na pinasok siya muli para makausog naman sila mula dyan sa 15.
And you know, we did mention that depending on the outcome of this game and the outcome of the next game, anything can happen in terms of standings. While garantisado na Meralco with a twice-to-beat advantage and Magnolia with a twice-to-win disadvantage, yung standings, the placings, everything is still up in the air. Meralco can go all the way up to 2, can slide down to 4. Magnolia can go up to 5, can slide down to 8. And it depends, no? That's very important, Charlie, because that will determine kung sino makakalaban mo sa first round of the playoffs, which will be the quarterfinals.
And of course, there is a second game. No? Mamaya, yung huling laro na talaga sa elimination round natin sa Commissioner's Cup. It's going to be Ginebra against TNT. And obviously, the fans are curious to see that. We have a nice crowd already here at the Mall of Asia Arena in anticipation of Manute Bol going up against JB. Diba? Imports yan. And of course, the power lineups of both TNT and Ginebra. Si Apple may kwento for us, Dean.
Yes, Charlie and Dean, Brandon Bates suddenly felt dizzy. It was not triggered by any contact. Right now, he's vomiting in the locker room.
Wow.
They're just allowing him to breathe and get some rest. And I'll keep you updated once there's a final diagnosis already. Back to you.
Maraming salamat because I did see that. Diba? Bigla siyang napaluhod after getting fouled in the painted area, Brandon Bates, before he took his free throws. And so that was it. Kaya pala siya napaluhod eh. Nahilo pala siya. So hoping he's okay.
And that will cripple the rotation.
Even more.
Ng Meralco, especially from the center position, while Javi Gomez de Leano hitting the 3. Those shots are wide open. It appears that Meralco is giving up those perimeter shots, and Magnolia is taking advantage.
Wow. You know, Magnolia, all of a sudden, after just managing 18 points in that first quarter,
Brickman,
mahato na sila. Nakahirit na rin si Brickman din.
that's his first 2 points. And you know, Brickman drafted in the PBA at the age of 33. I mean, this guy is a solid player. And I expect a lot of big things from him in the playoffs. This guy led the NCAA Division I in assists 2 consecutive years.
Oh, check that out. I don't know how he got that shot off. There were 2 white shirts who had converged on him. Pero natira pa rin niya off the glass. Cancino, just the shot maker.
Ito makita natin ginawa niya.
Oh, yun o.
Yeah, he had to
Tsaka 6'10 yung isa nakabantay sa kanya.
double pump. And here's Cancino. Oh, but missed the free throw.
Yeah, he's another guy who doesn't miss often from there, same as Paul Lee. But they both missed today from the stripe. The lead is down to 16. It was 21 already.
And look at this move by Ron De La Rosa. The post up against Newsom.
Just
Failing to
couldn't
get the
get it.
bucket.
Masyadong malakas lang ng konti at si Jones nandiyan na para kunin ang rebound. Nakaisa na si Brickman. Uulit ba? Foul away from the ball. I think they're gonna call it on Laput.
And don't look now, but Chapman is ready to check back in.
Check that. Si Gap Gomez pala natawagan.
Gomez with the foul. Makita natin kung ano nangyari dito. Yun, hinawakan. Yan yung caging na tinatawag natin. Oh, he kept on holding him.
So warning has been given on LA Tenorio for resentment to a call. He didn't like that call, but in the replay, it looked like clearly Gap Gomez was holding on.
But what about the emotion being shown here by Coach LA Tenorio? They're guaranteed of a top 4, or rather of a last 4 position among the 8 teams going to the playoffs, but they want to win this one. They want to be able to possibly make it to number 5 in the standings.
2 for 2 para kay Marvin Jones. The lead has been cut down to 14 with under 4 minutes remaining sa ating first half. Timeout has been called. It's brought to us by Solero Online. Play the game your way on Solero Online Sportsbook.
You know, it's been 3 years since we've had a chance to get the twice to beat. We said, you know, I think it was in our second or third game that that was one of the goals. And you know, we did enough early to get some wins. Now, even if we lost to NLEX and San Miguel, we put ourselves in a situation to do that, right? And then obviously sometimes a little bit of luck, right? Like the import didn't play today.
Just understand the situation that they're in. Si Coach Luigi Trillo, twice to beat sila. Sigurado na. Nabanggit nga ni Dean kanina. But, you know, you gotta win. We've seen teams na nasa twice to beat advantage dati. As recently as last conference that lost twice. Diba dun sa lower seeded team.
Exactly. And I remember Rain or Shine losing to, was it Magnolia? In the previous conference, they had a twice to beat advantage. And you can't sell any team short, even if you have a twice to beat advantage. You gotta play tough every single game. And by the way, nabanggit natin, Charlie, about the bench ng Magnolia. I remember in the recent Magnolia win over Titan, 135-98, Magnolia's relievers or yung bench players nila scored 59 points. And LA Tenorio was saying that's because he just wants to make sure that they're going to be ready for the playoffs. And right now, 26 bench points for Magnolia as against only 3 for Meralco. Ang laki ng diferensya.
But Meralco forces another miss. They're inching closer, trying to come back in this game. 3 minutes remaining. Brickman picked up his dribble, takes it from 3. That's short. Rebound taken by no one because there was a foul. Knocked down si Rome De La Rosa. That's Cliff Hodge gonna get called for that one.
De La Rosa so active underneath the boards. You know, for someone who plays the 3 position, he knows how to move closer to the basket to get those rebounds. Offensive and defensive, very active underneath the boards.
Kanina napako yung Meralco sa 15. Matagal sila doon. Eventually umusog na sila. Nasa 25. Yung Meralco kanina pa rin nasa 39. Ngayon napako sila dyan. Yung Magnolia, and they're having trouble scoring in the past few sequences. Even if Chapman has returned into the game.
At sinasabi ni Cliff Hodge, tinan mo yung marka ko sa braso.
Nakakalbot na o napalo ilang beses.
But yan ang challenge ng Meralco. We mentioned that sa Dean's List natin, the big man's challenge. How to play defense against this guy Chapman, who's so efficient, but not too efficient in that shot from the outside.
Missing again ang Magnolia. So they're losing. They had that nice offensive run with 3s and 4s. But then now nahihirapan na sila. Marvin Jones thinking 3 or thinking a long shot. Nasa loob pala siya ng 3-point line. On the drive, he was fouled. It's gonna be free throws para kay Marvin Jones. Hindi na rin bata, no? 32 years old in basketball, in the basketball world. Medyo veteran na rin talaga yan. He's 2017 grad yan mula sa Texas Southern. Mga Texas boys pala itong dalawang imports natin din, no? Texas,
yes,
sa Texas
right.
Southern itong si Marvin Jones. And Laput will sit. Gomez will sit as well. Neither of them scored.
Matagal-tagal lang hindi nakascore ng Meralco. It's a 3-minute drought.
Magnolia.
Was it Magnolia?
Yes.
Okay, Magnolia. Check that.
Meralco yun, si free throw nga. So bumaba na nga sa 12. 8-0 run naman, no? From 20 to 12.
So unti-unti nakakabalik ang Meralco.
Dry spell nga para sa Magnolia. Lastimosa. Ayun, nakalusot si Jerome.
Breaking that drought. And slowly binabalik ni Coach Eli Tenorio yung mga starters niya.
Tipped away by Jerome. And it's going to be a holding foul on Marvin Jones. He's not happy about it, but he's also not saying that he didn't foul him. He really grabbed him dahil nakagawa na siya.
Coach Eli Tenorio asking a little more intensity and energy from his players in the wake of this comeback ng Meralco. Wala si Baroka sa loob, ha? And Javi Gomez de Leaño is on the floor here. It's a rather big lineup here for
Oh, that's a
Magnolia.
foul on Marvin Jones. And Marvin looks at the referee and then looks at his bench as if to say, I don't know what I did. I don't know why there was a whistle there, but it has happened. He's called for a foul. That's 2 in a row, offensive
Ito.
and then defensive.
Panuorin natin.
Oh, he got him on
yeah,
the
he
arm.
got him on the arm.
He did get him.
Yeah. And Chapman was actually talking to Marvin Jones. Nothing offensive, however.
And Chapman probably saying, hey, I was able to do layups against Bol Manut Bol. This guy's smaller than Bol by far. So
Well, he has tremendous mobility. And Chapman's ability to be able to create situations is uncanny for a guy his height. No, he's 6'10". Put the ball on the floor.
Lastimosa's foul sends Marvin Jones back to the line with 1:17 to go sa ating first half. If you just joined us, we are at the Mall of Asia Arena. Charlie Cuna po with the Dean, Kenito Henson. And Apple David is with us at courtside as well. You're going to hear her later on. First game ng ating dalawang laro dito sa MOA Arena. Mamaya, Ginebra TNT ang maglalaban para isara ang elims ng Commissioner's Cup sa ating PBA's Golden Year.
That's 1 out of 2. Meralco just shooting 14 points so far in this quarter.
No, that's overshot. Lucero kept it alive with lots of time. He'll do the turnaround jumper, just can't put it in. Buhay pa rin, Lastimosa in the paint. Javi, Jerome. Chapman short. Lastimosa again.
They're dominating the glass now. As we were saying in our team slates, it's important for Magnolia to control the boards so they can set the tempo. One-on-one action and the
Created
step back.
space, puts it in. Against a bigger player, Cancino. He bumped into him, got some separation, Dean, and swished it. Ito, last shot time na.
Meralco still hasn't broken 30 points in this half. Paubos ng oras dito.
Brickman with a hook. He gets that one to go.
Now they're up to 30 points.
Makahirit pa ba? Javi puts it up. And that's short at the buzzer, but what a run from Magnolia to try to break this game a little bit open. It's a 16-point lead at the half. They've been moving that ball around, hitting the outside shot. And guys off the bench have stepped up big for Coach L.A. Tenorio and the Hotshots. Talk about the bench points. Andyan si Paul Lee. Bumato ng 4, bumato pa ng 3. Tapos, si Andrada. Meron din. At yung iba pang mga bench players, katulad ni Javi, katulad ni Rafi Verano, ay nakakatulong rito.
Well, part of the game plan ni Coach L.A. Tenorio, get the bench players more actively involved on the way to the playoffs. At makikita natin yan. Once the playoffs comes around, those bench players, they're gonna deliver. Okay.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang na.
How much do we love Pinoy sports? As a fan, we don't just watch the games.
This season for me, and I just owe it all to the work I put in.
We watch every part, every angle, every name. We talk about the plays, talk about it for days. We witness the big events, the thrilling moments, and relive the best seconds. We cherish the fears, the tears, at syempre, the cheers. How much do we love Pinoy sports? With all our heart, all-out passion. All the time. All with Pilipinas Live. Ang app natin para sa sports natin.
Pilipinas Live is the home of Philippine volleyball. Watch your favorite volleyball leagues such as Spikers Turf, Premier Volleyball League, and the UAAP. All in one app. You can watch all these games and more live and on your preferred device. Download Pilipinas Live today from the App Store or Google Play Store and register for free. Last year, the spark of the Great Revival was ignited. This 2026, the spark becomes a wildfire. Witness a bigger tour of Luzon 2026. 5 regions, 13 provinces, 14 grueling stages, local and international teams. 1 legendary title. Every pedal, every climb, straight to your screens. Catch the Tour of Luzon 2026 from April 29 to May 13 only on the Pilipinas Live app. Also available on One Sports and One Sports Plus.
How much do we love Pinoy sports? As a fan, we don't just watch the games.
This season for me, and I just owe it all to the work I put in.
We watch every part, every angle, every name. We talk about the plays, talk about it for days. We witness the big events, the thrilling moments, and relive the best seconds. We cherish the fears, the tears, at syempre, the cheers. How much do we love Pinoy sports? With all our heart, all-out passion. All the time. All with Pilipinas Live. Ang app natin para sa sports natin.
Pilipinas Live is the home of Philippine volleyball. Watch your favorite volleyball leagues such as Spikers Turf, Premier Volleyball League, and the UAAP. All in one app. You can watch all these games and more live and on your preferred device. Download Pilipinas Live today from the App Store or Google Play Store and register for free. Last year, the spark of the great revival was ignited. This 2026, the spark becomes a wildfire. Witness a bigger tour of Luzon 2026. 5 regions, 13 provinces, 14 grueling stages, local and international teams, 1 legendary title. Every pedal, every climb, straight to your screens. Catch the Tour of Luzon 2026 from April 29 to May 13 only on the Pilipinas Live app. Also available on One Sports and One Sports Plus.
How much do we love Pinoy sports? As a fan, we don't just watch the games.
This season for me, and I just owe it all to the work I put in.
We watch every part, every angle, every name. We talk about the plays. Talk about it for days. We witness the big events, the thrilling moments, and relive the best seconds. We cherish the fears, the tears, at syempre, the cheers. How much do we love Pinoy sports? With all our heart, all-out passion. All the time. All with Pilipinas Live. Ang app natin para sa sports natin.
Pilipinas Live is the home of Philippine volleyball. Watch your favorite volleyball leagues such as Spikers Turf, Premier Volleyball League, and the UAAP. All in one app. You can watch all these games and more live and on your preferred device. Download Pilipinas Live today from the App Store or Google Play Store and register for free. Last year, the spark of the great revival was ignited. This 2026, the spark becomes a wildfire. Witness a bigger tour of Luzon 2026. 5 regions, 13 provinces, 14 grueling stages, local and international teams, 1 legendary title. Every pedal, every
in the second quarter. And Meralco has been held to less than 20 points in each of the first 2 quarters din. Kaya naman ang score natin, 46-30.
Eh, hindi lang yun, yung Meralco shooting only 29.4% from the field, and that's because of the tough defense na pinapakita ng Magnolia.
You know, Magnolia just put it really, into that ring in that second quarter. 3s, 4s, off the bench yung mga players nila. Medyo maganda talaga ang ginawa in that stretch towards the middle of that second quarter, which is why the game broke open a little bit. But may konting fight back naman ng Meralco bago natapos yung first half.
Ito makikita natin ang halftime summary sa bench points na nasabi na natin kanina, 26-3 advantage ng Magnolia. Perimeter points, they were plus 14. Tapos assist to turnover ratio, ang ganda ng efficiency level ng Magnolia, 10 assists and only 4 turnovers compared to Meralco's 4 assists. Ang dami nilang turnovers na 7. Tapos sa field goal percentage, yun, nasabi na natin, only 29.4% shooting for Meralco in the first half.
Isang player lamang naka-double digits, si Marvin Jones yan. Si Chapa naman sa kabila, may siyam para ma-lead yung Magnolia. But lots of guys have scored for Magnolia, particularly off the bench nga. Nabanggit na natin, Zave with 7, Paul Lee with 7. Verano with 6. Hodge, Cancino, and Newsom supporting Marvin Jones. But a little bit of work that Meralco has to do to try to come back in this ball game. As the Dean mentioned at the top of the coverage, may implications ito sa placing natin na mangyayari sa 1-8 for that playoff round, the quarterfinals. So, you know, you don't want to... You want to end up in your best possible matchup. So that also depends what happens sa ating second game mamaya, yung Ginebra at saka TNT. But, you know, as we already did mention as well, Meralco has a twice-to-beat advantage, and Magnolia will have to beat somebody twice if they want to make it to the semis.
Tama yun. And for Meralco, garantisado na yun. They will have a twice-to-beat advantage in the quarterfinals. Ang hindi lang natin alam kung sino makakalaban nila. Because that will be determined by the outcome of this game as well as the outcome of the next game. Yung second game natin in this doubleheader on Mother's Day, Ginebra versus TNT. That has brought a lot of fans dito po sa MOA Arena. Hindi lang yun, this game is also very exciting because it pits two very defense-minded teams. Imagine, nakaka-30 points lang ng Meralco the entire first half.
And Magnolia once again with the first possession of the third quarter, just as they did in that second quarter. Lastimosa will turn, get fouled by Cancino. And those are the types of fouls you really don't feel that you committed a foul, but there was contact and there's no denying it. So free throws for Jerome to start this second half.
In the first half, napansin natin, Charlie, that both imports actually played sparing minutes. They didn't get their usual minutes as both coaches going to their locals, just getting everybody ready for the playoffs coming around.
And Lastimosa makes that first free throw. Up-and-coming guard dito sa ating liga. Has shown the ability to hit the outside shot. Ito, habang maaga pa lang, maki-apple David na tayo.
A lot of mental mistakes on both ends for Meralco in the first half. Una na dyan, communication error on a defense. They're not communicating early and loud enough. Sa defense naman din, Magnolia is getting to the paint too easily. And an update lang on Brandon Bates. Looks like it's a migraine. He's probably not gonna return to the game anymore. Pero on the side of Magnolia naman, they lead 16 by halftime. It's really the mentality Coach L.A. Tenorio tried to instill. Last game of Ilim, but they're playing like it's a playoff game already. Back to Jacoben.
Thanks, Apple. And there's a traveling violation for Marvin Jones in the painted area. Coach Nenad was protesting. Coach Luigi asked him, are we gonna challenge? And he said, wag muna. So did he shuffle his feet? Did really see what was going on sa baba?
I think he moved his pivot foot.
Check it out.
Makita natin dito.
Oh yes, he did.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
Very clearly.
Yeah.
That's a good call by the refs.
Huli. Nahuli ng referee natin yun.
And here we go with the half-court execution of Magnolia. They go to the post with Chapman, and he's looking to pass. Ito na si De La Rosa!
Hey, he hits that nothing but net kanina kasi yung unang tira niya doon was way off in the first half.
And what a cross-court pass galing kay Chapman. He was posting up. He wasn't doubled. But then he threw that cross-court pass. Found the open guy.
So 21 na muli ang lamang. This matches the biggest lead in that first half. What a start for Magnolia to stretch it a little bit more. Foul was called. Mark Baroka committing that. Here's that three-pointer. Watch this pass. It goes all the way across. He finds Rome, sets his feet. Three brought to us by Arena Plus Sportsbook.
Walang double team yun against Chapman. Although he was a little bit out of the low block area.
Jumper from Cliff Hodge and all white shirts underneath para makuha yung rebound. Wala man lang resistance or attempt for an offensive rebound ng mga Meralco Bolts.
Makita natin, very determined effort on the part of the Hotshots to control the boards. And a tap there by De La Rosa, hindi na napunta sa kakampi.
Hodge into Chapman, and referee Kenny Halig at the baseline will call a foul on Clint Chapman, who felt like he was standing there and that Hodge initiated the contact. Coach L.A. doesn't agree with the whistle as well.
Well, very clearly on Meralco trying to put some pressure now on Chapman. As we take a look at our Dean's list for Meralco, unang-una, yung foul discriminately, they've been able to hold Magnolia to only 8 free throws, so that's a check mark. But yung X mark nila, yung pound it inside. They haven't been able to do that. Just 12 inside points for them. And also, big man's challenge. They haven't put defensive pressure on Chapman to get him into foul trouble. We remember Chapman, the only 2 losses that he suffered came when he was in foul trouble. So you have to put defensive pressure on him. You have to challenge his defense.
2 for 2 from the line mula kay Cliff Hodge. He backed the first one. He switched the second one.
But good idea there for Hodge to challenge the defense of Chapman and get a foul from Chapman.
Hand off to Rome De La Rosa na may tref na sa quarter na ito. Ngayon, drive naman siya. Off the glass, it rolls out. Nagagawan sa rebound si Chapman at si Lastimosa. Tuluyan na wala sa kanila ang possession as Brickman brings it up to the trailer. Marvin Jones doesn't settle for the 3. Instead goes to Cancino. And then tries to get to position, and Rome De La Rosa guilty of wrestling Marvin Jones.
Lucero playing the role of import stopper.
Jones trying to.
Looking to attack.
He's been bothering him. There's the switch. The drop to Cliff. Ang lalaki ng mga kalaban, and Cliff had to throw it up. It went over the backboard, hit the shot clock, and that's going to be a turnover on Meralco once again. Just Magnolia making life difficult for the Bolts.
That's another testament sa depensa ng Magnolia. 24-second shot clock violation. Marvin Jones actually had possession, but he had to give it up under duress.
Ito ni si Baroka, si Lastimosa rather, going to Chapman, who misses that layup.
Pick and roll, hindi lang pumasok yung tira ni Chapman on the roll.
Newsom, tahimik rin sa laban na ito si Chris. And this time he draws a foul. 2 free throws will be awarded dito kay Chris Newsom. Si Baroka na tawagan na naman. Pangalawa ni Mark Baroka yan.
Meralco trying to be a little more aggressive in attacking the rim. Drawing fouls here from Magnolia. Nakaka-4 na team foul na ang Magnolia. And we take a look at our Magnolia Dean's List. So we've got 2 check marks. They've been able to control the boards, 29-23 ang bilang natin. And they've made it a low-scoring ball game. So that's also a check mark because they've been able to dictate the tempo. But yung backcourt pressure, that's an X mark. We haven't seen that. The backcourt pressure na kailangan ng Magnolia to delay the advance of the ball ng Meralco.
Oh, huling-huli yung bako ni Zabe Lucero. Cancino reading that play.
Here's Brickman na hindi pa masyado nagpaparamdam dito.
Ayun na!
Yeah, that's a 3-pointer coming from him. At 7 points now for Brickman.
Lead it down to 14. Couple of baskets put together by Meralco. Then Chapman misses the layup pero na-foul siya ron. So dalawang free throws para kay Clint. So umakyat na ng 21 muli. Ngayon, bumaba na ulit sa 14. Meralco fighting back. 8:05 to go in the period. 3-pointer from Brickman brought to us by Arena Plus Sportsbook.
A lot is expected from Brickman in the playoffs. You know, this guy has won championships in Thailand, in Taiwan. He won a championship in the MPBL, in the ABL. He won championships in the Jones Cup. That's 3 times that he won championships in the Jones Cup. Kanya ang dami niyang ginawa, no? The credentials are just overflowing.
We waited so long, to see this guy
Totoo
come
yan.
to the PBA. We've been hearing his name that he's going to enter the draft maybe for a decade now, but for one reason or other, hindi siya nakakasama sa draft. Finally this year, nakuha na siya. Medyo nadali pa nga yung pagdating niya dito sa Meralco because he was playing in another league.
That's right. He was playing for the champion team in the MPBL, yung Abra. But now he's here in full force, and Meralco's gonna certainly use him in the playoffs. Si Cliff Hodge, yung aggressiveness na sinasabi natin na kailangan ng Meralco, nakikita natin dito sa ating third quarter. They're aggressive in attacking the rim. They're putting pressure now on the interior defense of Magnolia. The right thing
Three from
to do.
Baroka.
That's a beauty.
Just when na-cut down na sa 13 na lang ang lamang, babato ng 3 ang veteranong Baroka, back up to 16 ang lamang. Here's Jones against Chapman. Marvin Lofted. Lastimosa now with the possession. Left it for Baroka. Cross court to Rome. Super open, pero bitin ang tira niya sa tres. Brickman sizing up the defense. He'll spin and go all the
what a
way.
block.
But Lucero comes from all the way back. And
Man
Cliff
down,
Hodge.
man down. Baroka is down, holding on to his head.
Cliff Hodge got him.
Yeah.
Di nakita natin yon. And it may have been accidental. And Baroka is really pissed off. He wants to go after Cliff Hodge, who doesn't flinch. And the referees get in the way. Baroka's upset. He felt he got the raw end of that exchange. Masakit siguro eh. Pag masakit, parang you want to hit something right away when you feel that pain.
Referees are going to review this to determine whether there was a hostile act. Ito, panurin natin kung ano nangyari. There's going to be a smack on the head right there.
Got him on the elbow,
Yeah.
actually. Got him
Smack
with
on
the
the head.
elbow, not on the elbow. Got him with the elbow. Watch Cliff Hodge. Wanted to swat the ball, but instead clobbered Baroka. And you know, Hodge is a physical player and all of that. Not sure if he meant to do that.
And I think he approached Baroka to try to find out if he was
Baroka
okay.
doesn't want anything,
Yeah.
any part of that right now. Baka mamaya, pwede na. Kailangan palamigin lang muna yung sitwasyon, pati yung mga
You know, that
involved.
could be a flagrant one.
I think it might be.
Yeah, let's see what the referees.
And LA is talking to Hodge too.
How referees saw it.
I saw him point the finger at Cliff Hodge. When referee Coach Ito Esguerra is also standing there. And, you know, if you're Hodge, really, you just got to do what you're doing. Just ignore what's going on because you don't want any further reaction from the Magnolia side.
Maroka's okay. The guy just turned 40 years old, still playing like he was 20.
Oh, he's out. Hodge is out of the
penalty
game.
too.
It's an
Cliff
F2.
Hodge out of the playing court.
Oh, that's an ejection for Cliff Hodge. With the elbow to the face, I think that was what caused that call from the referee. Kasi above the neck yun eh. Tinamaan sa mukha and there was dire consequence kasi bumagsak si Baroka. Juria, you watch it here once more. Yun.
He tried to catch him after he hit him.
He smacked him.
Pag tama, sabay, uy, sasaluhin sana niya. Nagsasorry siya at that point.
So 2 free throws coming up here for Baroka. And then there will be possession still with Magnolia. Hindi pumasok yung unang tira ni Baroka. But
So
Hodge is
the
out.
Magnolia bench getting emotional, of course, because they're one of their top players, their leader, was hit on that play, and lots of emotion we saw.
And that's more inside problems para sa Meralco. Wala nang si Armasan, wala si Bates. Ngayon si Hodge na wala pa. Sino kukuha ng rebounds para sa kanila?
Exactly.
Except for Marvin Jones.
That's a problem. You've actually got 4 guards inside now with Marvin Jones. Mocon's a swingman. Sa Cancino the same. But
Mocan has to do his fair share now in trying to get rebounds.
save hits the deck. Naubusan na ng oras ang Magnolia. They forgot there was only 14 seconds for them to come up with something on that play. So it's a 17-point lead. Got to move past that Hodge incident. Anyway, he's out of the playing court. He's in the showers now. Kaya dapat tuloy lang ang laro. Relax lang. Jones handing off to Cancino na shot down rin si CJ dito. And then once again,
That's
he
a block.
thwarted. That's another block from Clint Chapman.
Coming off that screen given by Marvin Jones, but not able to get a good angle.
Oh, watch this. I think Zave's gonna challenge. He does, but just a bit late. Mataas din kasi tumalon yung Newsom. So Newsom with the finish. Save just a tad late. It's down to 15 with 6:05 remaining. Players head to the benches for this timeout. As we watch the replay, muntik na abutan din eh.
Xavier Lucero looking to chase it down.
Just missed it.
He just missed it.
Timeout. Nandito sa atin ng Soler Online. Play the game your way on Soler Online Sportsbook.
tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang last.
Let's look at the standings once again. And you see the green zone where these teams are supposed to be twice to beat. And TNT and Ginebra will be facing each other later on to finish the placings para sa 1-8 na yan.
Well, kung manalo dito Magnolia, it looks like they're on the way to victory. Their lead is 15 at this stage. They will move up to number 5 because they will be tying San Miguel. And you know, we go to the quotient system at ang Magnolia, tinalo nila yung San Miguel 120-101. So they will move up to number 5 with victory here over Meralco.
Chapman past the halfway mark ng third quarter natin. Zave hits the deck. So does Newsom. So the referees blow the whistle. It's going to be Newsom with the foul. No, JV Mocon is called for the foul rather. Hindi si Newsom yun. Panguna lang ni JV yan.
And Charlie, just going back to our standings, kung matalo dito Meralco, they will slip to 8-4. At kung manalo naman ang Ginebra, mamaya against TNT, Ginebra will go up to 9-3. Meralco will drop from number 3 to number 4. They still have a twice-to-beat advantage, but they will now be going up against a number 5 team, which will be Magnolia. So this could be a prelude to a matchup in the quarterfinals.
Sila kung sakasakali.
Oh. So this might be a preview of what we can expect in the quarterfinals.
Oh, Chapman tied up Marvin Jones there. And it would be, I don't know, Chapman felt he got all ball. He's definitely not a complainer type. See Chapman, you know, he'll react a little bit as if he doesn't agree with it, but he just goes back to the spot to try to get a rebound. Apple, anong kwento mo?
Not a flashy, explosive type of player, but Marvin Jones plays to his strengths. Sabi nga ng mga coaches ng Meralco, yes, there are some areas where he can do better, but he is a veteran. He's smart enough to pick his spots. Why fix if it's not broken? For sa iba, tingin nila, kailangan mas explosive pa na player. But for them, they're okay with Marvin Jones. No reklamo from their part. Balik sa inyo.
Tsaka malaking bagay, hindi sakit ng ulo. You can see he's a team guy. They seem to like him. He has rapport with his teammates. You can see it even during the little huddles that we have on the court during the lulls. So, kesa naman napakagaling pero nanggugulo naman. Huwag na lang.
Oh, tama. He's not a very emotional player, but he just gets the job done. After all, he led Meralco to 8 wins so far.
So far, you're right. And Jerome misses that jumper, so Meralco's got a chance to draw closer. That's only a 16-point lead. That's a foul on Paul Lee in transition. And, no, it's penalty. Free throws ito para kay CJ Cancino. And Paul Lee, napahawak sa ulo. Probably wasn't aware that penalty situation had set in na sa kanyang koponan. Si Sanga lang papasok pagtapos ng unang free throw ni Cancino. Sino kaya papalitin niya? Si Chapman or si Lucero is the question. Save Lucero will rest. He's played all right in this game. Sanga lang has played well as well. 6 na para kay Cancino. Second free throw coming up.
Chapman, by the way, has 2 personal fouls. At nasabi natin how important it is for him to stay out of foul trouble.
Steal
okay,
on the
here's a
inbound.
steal.
Reverse si
ganda.
Mocon in a quick 4-point play para rito sa Meralco, which cuts the lead down to just 12.
Unti-unti nakakabalik ang Meralco. Also, Magnolia playing a little bit complacent here.
Yeah.
And I think that's also the reason why Coach L.A. Tenorio has brought in.
I mentioned it earlier. Si Sangka lang tumitira ng tres ngayon din. And that's just the normal for him already. Nothing new there. As Cancino draws another foul and will head back to the line yet again.
By the way, si Ian Sangalang, he's a very underrated 3-point shooter. He is 3 out of 3 in this conference
Yun naman pala eh.
from 3-point.
And let's watch it. Here's that space they gave him. He puts it in. That's brought to us by Arena Plus Sportsbook. Ian Sangalang knocking down the 3. And sa haba ng karir niya sa PBA, minsan lang natin makita yan.
And Coach L.A. Tenorio just going to his bench once more because nakita niya yung starters a little bit low energy at saka yung intensity level has been going down, allowing Meralco to come back. Kanya binalik niya. Ito, sina Ian, sina Paul Lee who did very well in the first half. Pati si Paulo Taha is on the floor now for Magnolia. Very rare appearance for Taha. This is only his second game this conference.
Now it's with Sangalang outside to Lee. The swing to Chapman. 5 seconds to shoot. What are they gonna do? Chapman a 3. Napasok niya yan! Saktong-sakto sa oras.
Yun ang sinasabi natin.
Yan si Mami, oh.
Efficiency level. Sino kayo katabi ni Mami? Chapman.
Yun yung tanong.
Oo.
Hook shot from JV Mocon. That's back-to-back baskets for him. Back down to 14. So it's striking distance pa rin ng Meralco. Magnolia cannot seem to put them away. 3:45 dito. Tapos may full 12 minutes ka pa sa fourth quarter. Baka mabigyan ng magkakataon pang makalapit itong Meralco if Magnolia relaxes a little bit.
This is not a safe lead.
Correct.
14 points. Ito yung 3-pointer galing kay Chapman.
Yan, no? 1 second na lang just as it enters.
And Chapman picks his spots. Kita natin, no? He knows exactly when to release the ball kung walang tao.
Sangalang knocks down Mocon.
Yeah.
Offensive foul yan. Turnover ang mangyayari. Protest as he will. That call will stick. You know, I think they're claiming Mocon just crumpled to the floor, but if you can get a charge called that way, then so be it. Kudos to JB Mocon for selling the call. Ito na naman si Cancino, the point maker for Meralco. Paulo Taha swats that away emphatically.
But made 2 free throws coming up here for Cancino.
He can't believe it, Paulo Taha. He felt he was with him all the way. But the bump from Paulo Taha.
Meralco outscoring Magnolia in this quarter. 20-18. Makita natin kung ano nangyari dito. A big swat there coming from Paulo Taha. But there was
Volleyball spike yun.
a lot of body contact on that play.
Paulo Taha has not played much at all, as you mentioned, but has really kept himself in great shape. Paulo Taha, very athletic player, has been around the league for some time, jumping from team to team. Magnolia has given him a chance here. Sangalang, traveling, si Ian Sangalang. Sabi ni referee Obet Arlegui.
2 consecutive turnovers against Ian Sangalang after he made that 3-pointer.
And Coach L.A. Tenorio asking the table on the other side for a substitution. He wants the referee substituted. Sabi niya, palitan na raw si referee Arlegui, but did he move his feet? Did he? Because I think he did.
I think he shuffled.
Technical foul on Coach L.A. Tenorio for disrespectfully addressing an official.
Na technical na si referee, si Coach L.A. Tenorio for disrespectfully addressing an official. But you know, the truth is,
And he's really
if that was
into
always
this.
called, there'd be 20 of those every game.
Yeah.
Everybody disrespectfully addresses the referees. That's the truth.
I think,
Unfortunately.
I think L.A. Tenorio realizes that this could be the matchup in the quarterfinals. So he wants to make sure that psychologically,
Tira natin ba?
meron
Look at the
silang
feet. Look at the
advantage.
feet. Oh, yun. Traveling. Nagtalon
Yeah.
tumalon
He
dalawang
hopped
beses
twice.
eh.
He hopped twice.
And then Mocon agrees.
Okay, dalawang sunod na turnovers against Ian Sangalang.
There's always different perspectives, you know. Depends which team you're on. What you see. And there's Mocon.
That's a 3.
And the lead is down to single digits, Dean. It's siyam na lang yan. JB Mocon has come alive here with 7 straight points in the third quarter. Paul Lee, kick to the corner. Alfaro wouldn't take it. Paul Lee will. That's good! Pangalawang ref ni Paul Lee yan. May 4 din yan.
And he's in double figures.
But let's nitpick. He missed 2 free throws earlier.
That's right.
His first at the conference. Ayan si Jason Brickman.
Brickman
Sumagot
with a
naman.
swisher. He's proven to be a clutch player. This guy, I think, is going to make an impact in the playoffs.
Steal.
Here's a steal.
Cancino, and he's quicker than Paul Lee, but he misses it. JV Mocon is there.
Good trail job by Mocon. They're going to go for a 3. Hindi.
No.
Ito yung aggressive move. No, nawala kay
Oh, a foul is
Quinto.
called. A foul is called on Magnolia, and they cannot believe it. Alfaro, Taha, Sangalang all reacting at the same time.
Quinto's going to go to the line for 2 free throws. 10 points silang alamang.
So suddenly the emotions are high, and if they were relaxed earlier, well, not so anymore. Time out.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang last.
Balik tayo sa aksyon dito sa Mall of Asia Arena. Commissioner's Cup elimination round game between Magnolia and Meralco, and emotions have risen the past few minutes as Meralco has tried to mount a comeback. Here are the numbers of Quinto, Mocon, and Banquero sa huling laban nila. If you combine that, that's 32 points altogether. Some played better than others shooting-wise, but all with pluses on the plus-minus.
That's a lot of pluses from those 3 players. And in this particular game, the pluses naman for Magnolia are coming from assists. They are +9 in that department. Sa bench points, they're +20 in that department. At Quinto, 2 free throws coming up.
You know, the emotions really started rising here, Dean, nung na-foul ni Cliff Hodge si Baroka, which later was determined to be an F2. Kicked him out of the game. But since then, the Magnolia bench has been scrutinizing every play, and they've been reacting. And they felt that they're getting the raw end of the calls. Kaya naman na-technical si Coach L.A. Tenorio. And during that last timeout, half the coaching staff of Magnolia was on the floor trying to contend with the referees about something.
8-point lead now by Magnolia.
Here's Chapman.
Going
Import
up
contra
1-on-1.
import. You know, Chapman hasn't been getting those short shots like that he was getting against TNT. So the defense of Jones has bothered him too.
He goes to the line where he's an 80% free throw shooter. Ito makikita natin kung ano nangyayari kay Chapman. In the 6 wins of Meralco, ang average niya 32.7. But in the 2 losses to Ginebra and Rain or Shine, the average was down to 17.5. And mind you, in those 2 losses ng Meralco with Chapman, sa Rain or Shine game, he fouled out. And in the Ginebra game, he finished with 4 personal fouls. In both games, he was in foul trouble. Yan ang dapat gawin ng Meralco dito. Put him into foul trouble and eliminate his potent offensive game. But right now, only 2 personal fouls against Chapman. As Mommy Chapman applauding her son. You know, we've been talking about Chapman's mother. His father was a firefighter pilot, and he was depended on in fighting forest fires.
Okay.
As a fireman pilot.
Matinding trabaho yan, especially when those fires are blazing like that.
Oh, here's a 3-point play coming up for Marvin Jones.
They're going to call a foul on Magnolia.
You know,
bonus free throw coming up.
And Charlie, napansin natin in this quarter, especially in the 3rd quarter, umatake ng aggressive ang Meralco. Going strong to the hole, not relying on the outside shot. And that's a big reason kung bakit nakabalik sila rito. Missing with that
Nagmintis ang
throw.
free throw. Would have helped them come even closer. But it's still just an 8-point lead. Remember, 24 ito. 24 ba? 21 ang biggest lead. 21 was the biggest lead. So it's been cut down significantly. Mahabol talaga ang dark shirts. Nako, ito, sure na yan. Saan ka lang? Ang liit ng kalaban eh. Kung malaki nga kalaban, nakakashoot siya dyan sa poste.
And that's a perfect pass galing kay Chapman. So you really have to applaud his intelligence on the floor.
When he knows his teammates already, he was explaining to me earlier. Now got to know the
veteran
guys.
siya. Oh, that's a third personal foul now on Chapman.
Yeah, and there's no reklamo. Walang reklamo on that play. Talagang
Danger
tinamaan
zone
niya.
yan. Danger zone. Kasasabi lang natin, when he's in foul trouble, it's bad news for Magnolia. Now he's got 3 personal fouls. We've got a whole quarter to go. And the lead is only 10. Could be cut down to 8 with his free throws coming up for Mocon. Naku, hindi.
Napalakas yung unang tira ni JV. Pero si JV nakatulong sa comeback na ito na ginagawa ng Meralco din dito sa third quarter. Mocon has played for almost the entire quarter. Has made baskets inside. And even a three-pointer.
60.9% free throw shooter si Mocon.
Here's the guy you're talking about. And because of the absence of the other big guys, Marvin Jones will get a ref now with 1:15 to go. Kyle Pascual is now in the game. He used to play for Magnolia.
Kyle Pascual has big shoes to fill. Naku, to miss free throws.
Offensive rebound naman. At may foul pa.
And
Si
another
Andrada.
another 2 free throws coming up here for Meralco after Mocon missing twice.
Napahawak na lang sa ulo si L.A. Tenorio. Ano ba nangyayari sa inyo? Kanina, ganda-ganda ng laro ninyo.
At saka kanina, ganda-ganda ng rebounding nila.
Yeah.
But that time, giving another possession here for Meralco.
Sa
And
lublog
another
ni-
two free throws. Hindi
mintis
pumasok.
na naman. Tatlo ng mintis, sunod-sunod.
Oo.
Pero sinasabi siguro ni L.A. Tenorio din, wala na nga silang, di ba wala na nga big man, yung Meralco. Ba't sila pa nakakuha ng offensive rebound?
Nakaupo na nga si Marvin Jones.
That would frustrate the coach. No surprise there na medyo naiinis si L.A. Tenorio. And finally, muntik pa mag-4 straight misses yun. And then naawa na yung ring. Pinasok na yung pang-apat na free throw.
And kanina we showed the ladder of the free throw shooting teams. Number 5 sa liga natin ng Meralco in terms of free throw shooting percentage at 73.
Paulie on the turn. He's against Banquero. Got the contact, put it up, and he'll take 2 free throws. Banquero tahimik sa game na ito. Has not done much.
Very quiet performance dito ni Banquero. But Paulie kanina missed 2 free throws after going 24 of 24 since the start of this conference. Ano kaya? Babawiin kaya ni Paulie? Yung dalawang mintis
Baka tumingin na naman sa atin do din.
Ayun,
pumasok na yung una. Aaron Black back in the ball game. Long spell that he wasn't on the floor. Brickman will rest. Si Brickman's an orchestrator really, primarily. Hindi talaga scorer yan. He scores when the opportunity presents itself, pero hindi yan yung focus niya. Pero now he's on the bench. Paul Lee's second free throw is good. It rattled in.
And now has 12 points in this game. Remember that Paul Lee is averaging 5.9 points this conference, as he's already gone over his average double.
Din, grabe itong Meralco. First half, 30 points lang. Sa quarter na ito, 32 na. So they've scored more than they did in the entire first half. And even more now. That's 35 big points for Meralco here in the third quarter. JV Mocon, he's got 10.
Another double-figure scorer for Meralco.
That's just an 8-point spread.
Chinagadi dito na Meralco. Paul Lee looking to score. It's going to be a foul on Meralco. They're going to give 2 free throws. Nasa penalty na ang Meralco.
Banquero was called for a foul. Yeah, Banquero called for a foul. Free throws for Paul Lee. Just made 2 the last time out. 2 more coming up. Remember
And
what
he
Paul...
missed again.
Wow, he's 2 out of 5 in this game thus far. Remember when he was a rookie for Rain or Shine? That seems so long ago, Dean.
Tama.
Tagal na rin sa liga nito.
Paul Lee now making his second free throw.
Oh, 3 missed free throws today. And si Mrs. Lee.
Giving applause. It's so unlike Paul Lee to miss those free throws.
Last shot time for the Bolts, trying to close this gap. It's 9. Quinto wants to make it lower than that. He kicks it to Banquero for 4. Way off on that shot, and the quarter will expire. Meralco has made some headway for sure. So it's going to be a tight fourth quarter.
It's been pruned down to 9 points, just single-digit difference between these two teams. Yes, nakabalik ang Meralco. That was an explosive third quarter para sa kanila. I'm excited to find out what happens in the fourth quarter.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang na.
Bench points, iwan na iwan pa rin ang Meralco. Lots of guys coming off that bench of Magnolia contributing. On the perimeter, they have helped a lot. You know, the same guys who came off the bench, knocking down those outside shots. Javi, Rafi, si Yukin. Patulan natin ang import matchup, Chapman saka Jones.
Halos pantay. Jones with 14 and 15 points for Chapman. And even the rebounding difference is very minimal. But yung Meralco with a 35-point third quarter. Oh, that's going to be a travel violation against Meralco.
Mocon called for a travel before he attacked the basket and nag-shuffle rin daw ng paa. But they've been calling that consistently. Nangyari rin yan kanina kay Marvin Jones, pati kay Ian Sangalang. So dribble before you start walking, sabi ng ating mga referees. Andrada, jumper good. See, that's another couple of bench points mula sa Magnolia.
The assist pass coming from Alfaro. Easy 2 points for Andrade. These guys got a hand.
Kakampi sa San Beda yung dalawang yun.
Oh.
Black. Oh, he got free, but he can't put the shot in.
And Kyle Pascual was not in a good position for the offensive rebound. Ito na naman ang Magnolia.
Sangalang wants to get to his spot. He used to do this in practice against Pascual even before. Pass inside. Alfaro can't finish. Javi cannot finish as well. 2 sorry misses.
And 2 point-blank misses.
Nakaagaw naman si Gomez Diliano. It's 2-on-1. Pass to Sangalang.
Hindi na pumasok.
What's going on? On the Magnolia side, Aaron Black is undercut. That's going to be a foul against Sangalang and some frustration on the part of Magnolia. But in that sequence, guys, there's nobody to blame. No? Hindi mo pwedeng i-blame yung referees doon, pati yung kalaban. Ha? Mga mintis lang talaga.
Tatlong sunod ng layups missed here by Magnolia. Ito yung una, tapos
Ito yung
ito
pangatlo
pa.
na.
Ito, 2-on-1 fast break. Hindi na ipasok ni Ian.
Grabe, ano masasabi mo dyan, Apple?
Grabe talaga. Pero si Coach LA ang nasabi, this is how the playoffs gonna be. It's physical, a lot of holding. That's why you have to be hard on the ball. Dagdag pa niya, don't worry about the calls. Us coaches will take care of that. You just have to keep on playing. Meralco naman, they wanna continue putting pressure on Magnolia. Nag-iba na rin talaga yung intensity, even the huddles nila. Lahat contributing on what can they do better or what can work better. Back to you, gentlemen.
Maraming salamat. Grabe nga yung intensity. Tinan mo, bagsak 3 player dyan. Pati yung pagpito ng referee. Alam mo yung kakaiba eh. Offensive foul ang tinawag against Banquero. He wanted to unload it to Mocon on the right side, but he mowed down the defender. That's going to be a foul turnover on the Bolts. Yan, boom, bagsak si Alfaro.
Well, so umpisa, it was, you know, nothing highly emotional. And I think possibly the coaches didn't realize that there could be a matchup between these same two teams in the quarterfinals. But now they do.
Kaya ngayon, yung intensity, napakataas. Javi unloads from 4, no go. That would have been big.
11-point lead.
Yun na nga, 11 lang ang lamang. Kung nakapasok na, 15 na sana. Mocon. Quinto wants it, hindi mabigay. He has to go the other way. Finally, Quinto comes out to receive it. Down to 8 on the shot clock. Quinto. That's going to be a push on Javi.
Hand check, and they're going to call that foul against Magnolia. That's a bailout call actually because paubos na yung shot clock ng Meralco. See the smile in the face of Coach L.A. Tenorio.
Mocon will make his move. Layup is good. Grabe itong second half ni JB Mocon din. 12 points all here in the second half.
What a strong move to the basket. And using that screen,
Let's
get away from his defense.
That's the Mocon they wanted when they signed him.
Tama.
Corner. Yuken lost his footing. That's going to be a foul on Mocon in an encounter between two former San Beda Red Lions in different generations.
Now here's a move from Coach L.A. Tenorio. Ibabalik nila si Mark Baroca and Zave Lucero just to make sure that things don't get out of hand.
Lian Sanga lang ang umupo. Ayan sila.
Andrada still on the floor. He's been hot.
Nakatatlong jumper na yan. 3 for 3. Alfaro creating space but couldn't take it. Now he'll flip it up with one hand and draw a foul from Kyle Pascual. Alam mo yung mga yan? Alfaro, Pascual, Andrada. They took a photo earlier during warm-ups. Lahat ng mga bidista, si Anjo Karam, they called him over as well. Hindi lang nila yata natawag si JB Mocon if I'm not mistaken. I don't think he was part of the photo. But
Dapat nasali si Jude Roque.
kasama siya.
Okay.
Jude Roque was indeed there. Team manager Jude Roque of San Beda.
And Jude Roque is doing our commentary for PBA Rush.
Right, together with Paulo.
Here's Alfaro. You notice the way Magnolia cleared space for that drive by Alfaro. Magnolia does a very good job of clearing the space and opening up a situation for a one-on-one incursion.
Ayun, naalala ko na yung isang kapicture nila, si Rome De La Rosa, na pedista rin. Siya yung kasama doon sa picture.
That's going to be an offensive foul.
Offensive foul on Meralco. Kyle Pascual, Kyle Pascual, it's a tough situation for him. He hardly gets to play. You put him in now as the only serviceable big man off that bench. You can't really expect that much. They put in the rookie now.
And that's a tough turnover against Meralco. Sila naghahabol dito.
Si Magbuhos ipinasok na. Ito, nakabantay siya kay Andrada. The lob inside goes to Zave. Oh, he's called for an offensive foul as well. Tit for tat. And not much complaint from Zave Lucero on that play. He just gave up the ball immediately.
But napansin natin, yung level of physicality has gone up. Especially as players trying to get position to get rebounds.
And gaya nga ng binanggit ni Apple dun sa report niya, L.A. Tenorio himself acknowledging to his team that it's really gonna get more physical, more pushing and shoving. At naabutan ni Yuken yung braso ni Bong Quinto. Bong Quinto just really comfortable at the post despite yung height niya na siguro mga 6'6" lang. He played in the post when he was in Letran, so he knows how it is there in the paint. Took the taller man to school there. Apat na foul na si Andrada.
Actually, nabanggit natin si Magbuhos is in the game. He's a rookie.
Mintis ang free throw ni Bong Quinto. Lots of guys missing free throws in this game.
not just Meralco, but also Magnolia. But just talking about Magbuhos, he's 26 years old. He's actually 6'5", or listed 6'5". So he is another big man whom Meralco can rely on. $10 points ang hinahabol ng Meralco. There's going to be a foul.
Yeah, Mocon was holding on to Lucero. Nahuli ni referee Gruta yun. 8 minutes and 3 to go in this game. Last games na ng elimination round for these two squads as Marvin Jones will re-enter the action. Shouldn't be long before Clint Chapman does as well. Mocon will rest and he deserves this one. He's gonna get high and low fives for sure. Dahil maganda ang kanyang pinakikita rito sa second half natin. Alfaro back to Baroka. Baroka now takes the three, top of the key. He won't switch that. Andrada kept it alive. Gomez De Leaño swings the save. 8 seconds to shoot. Baroka. The drive si save. Ang baba ng pasa, nakuha na ng Meralco. Nice idea. Couldn't execute it properly though. Magbuhos to Quinto. And then to Jones. Swing to Black. Nakuha na ni Banquero. Somebody's got to do it with 8 seconds to go. Yeah, and they were jockeying for position with Marvin Jones. I think Alfaro's going to get called for a personal. Yep.
6 seconds to go in the shot clock to Meralco. Another bailout call.
A timeout has been called with 7 and 24 to go. 10-point lead for Magnolia. JV Mocon with a strong second half for his team. Against the Jip, he had 11 points on 5 of 7 tonight. Still bit of the same, 12 points on 5 of 8 naman para kay JV Mocon. All 12 points here in the second half. So helping the cause of the Meralco Bolts. Si JV Mocon.
One
There
of
he's on
three
the bench.
Meralco players in double figures. And just to recap, si Cliff Hodge was ejected on a flagrant 2 call. And then si Brandon Bates moving out because of might have been a concussion or something to do with
may dizziness daw siya, di ba
dizziness,
sabi?
yeah.
Baka may migraine daw na malala. Yan ang sinasabi,
so
sinabi ni Apple.
So he's also not able to play any longer.
He started the
Almazan.
game, right? And then
Yes, yeah.
let's start early off the bench, and then he
Early off the bench.
yeah, and then he suddenly knelt down after he got fouled, but was able to get up on his own strength, hit the free throw, and then nagpasap na siya, dire-diretso na sa dugout, and hindi na bumalik si Brandon Bates. Hope he's okay. Free throws for Banquero. And he misses as well. Everybody's missing free throws today.
Yeah, percentages are going down from the free throw line. Considering that both these teams are in the top 5 in free throw percentage sa Liga natin, but you can tell that the players are feeling the pressure. Parating na yung playoff, and I guess the players also have in their minds, sandali, baka makalaban natin itong nakakalaban natin ngayon sa playoffs.
0 for 2.
Yeah, that's 2 missed free throws for Banquero.
We've got some great free throw shooters who've been missing sa game na ito. Naku, laki ng banda.
There's a switch.
There's a switch, exactly. So they should go to Lucero. They can't find him, so Baroka will attack instead. Layup
And
is
he was
good. What a shot by Mark Baroka.
That's a tough shot coming from Baroka.
Indeed. He's got 8.
Yeah, and Baroka and Alfaro are now playing together. They're 2-point guards, trying to provide some kind of stability on the floor here for Magnolia.
They want to go to Jones pero hindi nila maabutan.
Ang ganda ng depensa.
Ayun,
Ni
finally
Lucero.
nakuha na niya. Dumobol naman. Yung Magbuhos is stuffed. He's gonna get stuffed again. But Quinto says, I'll take a 3 from the
And
corner.
gets it.
Napaganda nga yung pagsupalpal nila kay Magbuhos dahil 3 naman nakuha nila mula sa kanto.
That's 8 points coming from Quinto. Ito, makita natin kung ano nangyari dito na pasahan si Quinto ni Magbuhos. The lead is 9.
Hanggang 8 or 9 lang eh. Doon lang umaabot. Tingnan natin kung kaya ng Meralco lumapit pa lalo. Chapman. A push on Marvin Jones, says referee Jerry Narandan. Fourth foul na ni Jones yan. 2 shots for Clint. 6:09 remaining. Dahil pang pwede mangyari rito.
80% free throw shooter. And you know, we've mentioned this time and again, during Chapman's 4-year stay at the University of Texas, he never averaged more than 7.4 points a game. But as an import, going through different countries, 14 in total. As you take a look at yung free throws, no?
Daming mintis.
Yeah. But Chapman has certainly found his rhythm offensively, especially dito sa ating bansa, sa PBA natin.
He's got 17 points now. See Clint Chapman, 11-point lead for his team. Newsom hasn't been offensive-minded in this game. They keep going back to Magbuhos. He's going to try. And they take it away from him. Alfaro to Javi GDL. Now it's Lucero. Heel attack. Left it for Chapman. No go. 10 seconds to shoot. Baroka says, sige, clear. Ako na muna. Back to Chapman. Jumper from 19. Rolls out. Tulakan sa rebound. Magbuhos ang matatawagan, palagay ko.
Missing the wide open shot there was Chapman. But Magnolia gets another possession. Kita natin yung spacing ng Magnolia. Every time they have a chance to execute in the half court, they always have 2 shooters embedded in both opposite corners. So just in case magkakaroon ng kick out, meron.
Another missed free throw din.
Oh,
Save Lucero din. Isa pang mahusay mag-free throw normally.
hindi yata sanay na ang mga player natin sa rings dito sa MOA Arena.
Oo, sa
It's been
tagal
a
na.
while.
Hindi naglalaro dito. Black and Magbuhos will sit. Magbuhos getting some ribbing from his teammates as he went back to the bench. Second free throw was good. 12 ang lamang. So some distance between Magnolia and Meralco. Jones, di pa
That's a three.
nakaka-tres. Wala eh. Hindi, hasn't hit one yet in this
No.
game.
See the time remaining, about 5 minutes to go before the end of this contest.
Bounce to Zave, kicks to Javi. 3 on the way.
That's it.
Good.
You see, nasabi natin, they always have men in the corners waiting for the pass. Javi Gomez de Leano.
Newsom to the corner. JV Mocon to Brickman. Quinto to Jones. He'll try again. Can't get it. Quinto. The top goes to Brickman. That's a 3. Way off. That was short on the left side. Lead has grown back to 15. Magnolia comfortably ahead of time dwindles, and Meralco might be running out of time to mount a comeback here.
The Hotshots are in control of this game.
That's a miss. Baroka trying to tap it to Chapman. Unsuccessfully. Parang naguguluhan yata si LA sa laro. Sabi niya, timeout muna tayo with 4:03 remaining. Lamang sila ng 15. Well, the fans, we thank you for supporting the PBA so greatly this conference, Commissioner's Cup. Million average viewers, highest TV ratings in a long time. One Sports, YouTube, Pilipinas Live, just so many views. You guys are really watching us. Bol, of course, you guys want to see him. You see JB, Justin Brownlee, the legend. Benny Boatwright's back as well. He's another fan drawer. And Lex and Rainer Shan have been dominating in their games, winning a lot this conference. And later on, Barangay Ginebra and TNT, there's fans here in the venue, a whole bunch of them. And hopefully you guys all watching, keep supporting the PBA. The playoffs are about to start. Malapit na yan din. Kaya yung action, talagang tataas pa yung level ng intensity niya at yung bakbakan ng ating mga teams.
At yan ang inaabangan. Yung labanan natin sa quarterfinals. Again, yung implications, kung ano mangyari dito sa laro, as well as the next game, that will determine standings and the matchups in the quarterfinals. As we mentioned kanina, kung manalo dito ang Magnolia, they will move up to number 5 in the standings. Ang mga kalaban nila, yung number 4. Ang number 4 could be Meralco. So it could be a rematch of what we're watching right now kung manalo ang Barangay Ginebra mamaya.
Rafi Verano now back in the game. Might have swiped the face of Marvin Jones on that rebound sequence. And he looks shaken up, Marvin Jones. Only 3:24 to go at nabanggit na nga ni Dean, mukhang komportable na itong Magnolia, mukhang patungo sa panalo na. Ulit. Sabi ni Doc, let me check you out first. Jones seems to be okay kahit mapungay-pungay yung kanyang mga mata. Laban daw siya. At dahil dun sa foul na yun, kailangan niya tumira ng 2 free throws. Here's Coach Luigi. On your screens, sharing the coaching duties with Coach Nenad.
And as we said, ang Meralco will have a twice-to-beat advantage in the playoffs. Interesting kung makalabang nga ng Meralco, Magnolia, sa first round ng ating playoffs. And Meralco will have a twice-to-beat advantage, but the way things are going here, mananalo ang Magnolia rito.
Oh, so it's
Magbuhos.
Magbuhos is gonna take it kasi siya nag-sub kay Marvin Jones. And he gets the first one to go. So on the board na si Vince Magbuhos with that first free throw.
And the reps of both these teams. There's PBA Vice Chairman Alfrancis Chua representing Barangay Ginebra and the PBA Board of Governors. And Attorney Bill Pamintuan representing Meralco and the PBA Board of Governors.
Chapman.
And he will score easily. That's 19 points now for Chapman.
Yeah, that's a move he does regularly, but today not so much. Ngayon siya nakawala ng ganun.
That's coming off a 42-point performance last time out for Chapman.
Supalpal.
Hinahabol yun ni Lucero.
Save Lucero is a great defender with leaping ability and timing.
And again, yung style ng Magnolia, slowing it down, walking it up the court.
Nahuli. Pero si Javi was able to get into that lane and he scores on the layup. He's got 9. Newsom will draw a foul against Verano, and Verano cannot believe it. He wants a challenge. Coach, I stood up straight. I jumped straight up.
And LA Tenorio
saying challenge.
I mean, why not? Pagbigyan na natin yung player niya. Anyway, there's 2:28 to go. Look, they're motioning to challenge. They will challenge.
So they will challenge for the first time. A challenge will be done sa ating laban. So foul or no foul on Rafi Verano is the question.
Well, 2:28 to go. Nakaka-90 points na ang Magnolia. Watch it here. Ito yung drive ni Newsom.
Oh, wala. Oh, nothing. There was air between the two of them. There was air. Hindi tumama.
Yeah, Verano
wala.
just made sure
this
there
will
was no
be
contact.
a successful challenge. I'm saying it, or it should be. It should be. Let's see.
I don't think there was contact with the arm. I don't think there
with
was
any.
contact with the body.
Contact on Verano. Therefore, the challenge made by Magnolia is successful.
Successful. Well, nakita natin yun sa replay. And Charlie, you called it right. There was no contact with the arm, no contact with the body.
No contact at all.
Yeah.
There was air between them. May space eh. Kita dun sa isang angle. May space between the two. So it may have looked like there was a foul, but there was none.
And there will be a jump ball now.
At sabi ni Bay Jerry Narandan, no foul. Successful ang challenge. Kapigan ng bola. Meralco nakakuha niyan. He'll try again. Newsom. Brickman to the corner. Mocon for 3. That won't find the mark. And Magnolia looking good here, Dane, with only 2:13 to go.
And the big difference is yung depensa ng Magnolia. Holding Meralco down to 72 points so far. At napagitan natin at the top of our coverage. For Meralco, their winning formula has been offense. Last 2 minutes have been announced. Sabi nga natin kanina, the 8 wins of Meralco, they've averaged 109.8 points a game. And right now, they're only down to 72.
Jerome with the jumper. Sabay commit ng foul para mapigil yung oras. At may mga subs na papasok. Babalik si Yukien Andrada. Papasok rin si Gab Gomez. Pati si Paulo Taha. Some of those bench guys who came in a little bit. But Yukien scored 6. The other two have not.
Here's Breckman with a shot from the free throw line. All reserve players checking in now for Magnolia.
Bring out the big guns.
At
Pahinga na kayo.
Oo.
Playoffs na tayo, partner.
Kung magkatotoo nga that Magnolia and Meralco will play in the first round of our playoffs, it means Magnolia will have to win 2 in a row against Magnolia to make it to the against Meralco to make it to the semifinals.
Right.
If they do that, that means they will have beaten Meralco 3 games in a row.
Let's see. Kung aabot sa ganon.
Yeah, and all Meralco has to do is just win 1 and they're in the semis.
Paulo Taha misses the 3 from the corner. Rafi Verano kept it alive. Let's see how these bench players fare in the next 1.5. With 7 seconds to go on the shot clock. Gomez will kick it to Yukien.
Oh, that's so high.
Unable to field it. He got it on his fingertips but just couldn't hold it down.
Masyadong malakas yung pasa. At saka, ang taas.
Miss.
Newsom just can't get
wala.
the ball to fall
Off
inside.
siya ngayon. Off na off si Chris
Layup
Lulu.
na yun.
That's a foul from Newsom.
That's a hard foul.
Yeah, it is.
I think it was a frustration foul.
Definitely.
On the part of Newsom. He hasn't been able to get the shots to fall. Newsom, ilan lang tira ni Newsom sa laro. Let's check his point total.
I saw this guy Gomez look at him, but what are you doing?
Oh.
What was that about?
Newsom has only had 7 points in this game, averaging 14.4 points in this conference.
Another missed free throw. It's become standard fare in this game. Everybody's missing free throws. Ang sama. If you look at the free throw totals at the end of this game, I think each team missed maybe close
Quite
to 10.
a lot. I think health will be a major issue in the playoffs.
Always.
And we don't know whether Almazan can play the next game. Brandon Bates is also a question mark.
Correct.
Well, Cliff Hart should be ready to check back in.
Always ready.
Ejected kanina.
Si Jose, I wonder if he's, with how long he is from coming back. Also, si Toto Jose, Raymar Jose. So final score na lang inaantay natin dito. Magnolia will be victorious. Laput, what you gonna do against a smaller man? Gonna miss. Ito si Brickman. Left it for Mocon. Hesid on the 3, then takes it. Can't get it. Nakuha pa. Magbuhos to Newsom. Switch. Newsom behind his back to Cancino for 4. That is short. Andrada the rebound, and that's going to be it here at the Mall of Asia Arena for game number 1 ng ating Mother's Day doubleheader. Happy Mother's Day, Mom.
Well, with this victory, Magnolia will go up to 7-5. And it will tie San Miguel for the 5th spot, but because of the winner over the other rule, Magnolia will claim spot number 5 in the playoffs. And even if TNT wins later on to tie, it won't change the standings because Magnolia beat TNT in the eliminations. Coach and system ang mangyayari dito to determine the final standings. Here we go with our best player of the game, the guy who missed 2 free throws to end his streak of 24 free throws in a row. We're gonna give it to him. He was the best local scorer ng Magnolia in this contest with 13 points. And Paul Lee, siya po ang pinili natin as best player of this game.
93-76 is our final score. 11 points only for Meralco in the 4th quarter, Dean, compared to the 19 of Magnolia. Kaya naman naging 17 ang final winning margin. So that's it for us for this game. For the Dean, Kinito Henson, and Apple David, I'm Charlie Cuna. Then our whole crew thanks you, but stay tuned. Ginebra and TNT will cap off the eliminations of the Commissioner's Cup in the PBA's 50th season. So stay tuned for that.
Congratulations to our player of the game, Paul Lee. Paul, napawaw ka looking at your numbers, 13 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. What is behind that reaction?
Just a little bit surprised. Ayun, nagkataon lang siguro, and of course, credit to my teammates to keep looking at me and just knock down those shots.
How helpful was it also going up against a team like Meralco as you guys move forward to the next round?
It's a good one for us. I think we gained a lot on this game, especially against Meralco. So I think it's a big one for us going into the playoffs. Marami kami makikita dyan for sure. And yun, really, really big para sa amin. And yung Meralco, sobrang solid yung defense nila. Kaya I think marami kaming makukuha talaga dyan going into the playoffs. So,
of course, you have Tokyo here. Is there anyone else you'd want to thank, Paul? Go ahead.
Of course, gusto ko lang batiin lahat ng mamis dyan. Happy Mother's Day sa lahat. Happy Mother's Day sa wife ko, sa mama ko, sa lola ko sa States, sa lahat ng mga kamag-anak ko, and sa mga taga-tondo dyan. Gusto niyo lahat.
Thank you so much, Paul. Congratulations once again. Let's now hear it from Coach LA.
Coach LA, congratulations. There's a big possibility that you face Meralco in the next round. With how you guys played tonight, what can you say about your chances in the next round?
First of all, I just want to greet all the moms, lahat ng mga mami, single moms, single dad, Happy Mother's Day sa inyong lahat. Well, this is a good, actually this is, the past 3 games, actually, we've been really on a playoff mentality already. I challenge the players, I challenge my team that this kind of games, ito yung magbibigay sa amin ng chance going into the next level. Not necessarily, going to the semis or, moving forward. We have a goal as a team, so I think we are in the right track going into that goal, na gusto namin, whether this conference or next conference, we never know. But what I really like about my team right now is how they responded to that challenge. They really responded really well, not only in the games, in all our games, but in practice. They're really locked in. They're buying into system na gusto kong iparating sa team, no? So, yun naman yung maganda sa team na to. And this is a good win for us, no? Going into this playoff game, no? Especially, yun nga, we need confidence. Kung Meralco man mga kalaban namin, we need this kind of confidence na we can beat or we can match up with this team, no?
Last game na ng dalawang koponan na ito para sa elimination round ng Commissioner's Cup. Magnolia and Meralco at the Mall of Asia Arena. First quarter action natin. Marvin Jones draws first blood as he spins in the lane and gets the one-hander to go in the paint.
First basket of the game. Babalik naman si Chapman in retaliation. Ito makikita natin. Chapman begging for the ball. And then hits the shot from the outside.
So
Si Cancino naman. The top local scorer ng Meralco. You'll see him here score a three-pointer. Nice pass in transition.
Hindi masyado nakakita ng daylight si Cancino in this game. Obviously, a marked man. On the other side, yung kanyang dating teammate sa UP, Save Luceros, driving the baseline, spin move, off the glass ang kanyang tira.
Mahirap na tira yun. A twirl move, getting it off the glass, and he will go to the line for the extra free throw.
Watch this to end that first quarter. Rafi Verano, desperation pass from Paul Lee. Verano puts it in at the buzzer.
Ganda ng pasa. Swak na swak yun coming from Verano. A perfect precision pass and a perfect precision three-pointer.
Come second quarter, Paul Lee shooting well sa laban na ito. Got it out there, saw the space from four-point country, and he drilled it.
Nobody closing out Paul Lee. And you can... Andrada, watch his move here. He likes to back the shot. There's a spin move, and there is the basket coming for Andrada. At si Marvin Jones naman, playing limited minutes, but certainly that time going strong to the hole, not settling for the outside shot. By that time, getting the medium range to fall inside.
Tuloy-tuloy aksyon sa third quarter. Natanggap ni Javi GDL. Nabigyan ng konting spasyo. Bumitaw ng tres, top of the key. And Javi GDL gets it to go. Tapos si Jerome naman.
Lastimosa. And his move, a step back. Nawala yung kanyang defender. And he drilled it.
Score natin at the half. 46-30. It was a 16-point spread in favor of Magnolia. Come the third quarter, more of Magnolia as Chapman starts that with a three-pointer. He's only one of the game.
Pero malaking comeback ang nangyari dito sa third quarter from Meralco, scoring only 30 points in the first half. But dito sa ating third quarter, they exploded for 35. Yung tira, galing kay Mocon, that's a three-pointer. Paul Lee, sasagot, and he'll also drill in a three-pointer. So palitan sila. But Meralco will have the advantage in terms of points scored in this quarter. Ito si Marvin Jones. And he got the pass. And he got the bucket. Meron pa siyang bonus dyan.
Pero tough night for Marvin Jones as they defended him properly. Ian Sanga lang naman. At the post, he saw the smaller defender. And obviously, umatake agad si Ian Sanga lang. He got some baskets in the paint as well. But
at napakaganda ng pasa galing kay Chapman.
Lumaban ng Meralco. So nababa yung lamang just a single-digit lead. Then in that fourth quarter, ito yung action. Mocon to the hoop. He scored all his points in the second half. But try if they might. Si Quinto sumuporta rin yan. Pero bumitin na talaga ang habol nitong Meralco.
And si Quinto is gonna drill it from outside. The pass galing kay Magbuhos. Pero nakita natin sa second half, naging aggressive yung atake ng Meralco, which is how they were able to get 35 points in the third quarter. But si Chapman, he will not be denied. Look at this move towards the basket, using his body to shield the ball and getting past his defender.
And then Gomez Deliano as if to put the cherry on top of the ice of the sundae.
And nakawala siya. Wide open layup for Deliano.
And so shake hands na. After some tense moments earlier in the game, may thrown out pa na player. Yan ang final score. Magnolia defeating Meralco.